How's everyone doing?
I hope people are good. Hold on.
Just posting this to my Instagram story.
How beautiful. And I'm sad because I had to stop watching Traitors to get ready for this.
Oh, it sucks.
I
know. Look at this. I love the maroon.
Thank you.
Look at that. That's very cute.
This new, again, bonobos. They know what they're doing.
Oh, my God. You are just.
Hi, McKenna.
Hello, McKenna. Sorry, I'm looking at you all swear. I've just got to post on my Instagram story.
Hi, Michael Smith. I mean, the most of the Traitors talk is like, I started Traitors and I love it. But it probably, I mean, maybe I'll go into it. Who knows?
I'm further along than him right now.
You are. You're half an episode further along.
I know. Insane.
Hi, Tyler. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Yazzie. How are we all doing today?
We're good.
Good, I hope.
I have a question, guys. Should I roll the sleeves up?
Oh,
my shirt?
That's a good question.
Do y'all want to see a little arm, or do you think I look attractive like
this? Look at this slut.
I want to be the most attractive I can possibly be for today, January 14th, 2024,
I love it.
for the people, because we're putting on the best show we've ever put on in our entire lives tonight.
Hi, Joe Jax, Declan, Julian, Alex, William, Nate, Tyler, Sailor D52, Jake Price, Christian, the whole gang, the whole gaggle.
The whole gaggle here every week.
Tyler saw Mean Girls today, and I'm obsessed with Renee Rapp.
Sick.
She's an it girl. I'm so glad. I'm seeing it tomorrow, and I can't wait to see it. I hope it's great.
Jeff wants to see
course
arms.
Always roll up. Hi, Austin. Happy birthday to Austin.
Happy birthday, Austin. His birthday was yesterday, right?
To you. I believe it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And he had an iconic pop diva themed birthday party in which he dressed as Flawless Beyonce.
It was beautiful, guys.
Gorgeous. If you were in the fucking Discord, you would already know.
You want to see something sexy and
Austin,
sultry.
Stunning birthday
Happy
party
birthday.
theme and stunning birthday.
Guys, it's happening. I'm rolling it up. Ooh.
Oh, William says roll it up.
Oh,
Parvati being a traitor is peak cinema. The thing is, okay, I'm also Boston Rob on this New Deal or No Deal show is interesting. I don't know anything about that. Who's Boston Rob?
He's a survivor.
He's a survivor. Yeah. Are we going to talk about the film? We have not seen the film yet.
Yeah.
But we'll be seeing it.
Is that going to be our video topic for?
Yes.
Okay, so I have to see it before Thursday.
See it before Thursday is the directive. If you want to, watch our video and know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
See it and see it before Thursday night.
Hello, Alexis. Greetings from Miami.
Hi, Alexis. I can't listen because I'm waiting for an appointment, but I am here to mod.
Wow.
I love Montana.
She's going to be checking for those curse
words. I know.
words.
If somebody does something, if people try to come for us while we're talking.
We'll be saying curse words, but she won't hear them. She's only checking to see if y'all are typing them with your fingers.
Tyler says, I commented on your Lil Nas X video, and I thought it was way more fair than others I've been seeing, saying he's not talented and only relies on gimmicks. Absolutely not. He's a very talented person, great performer.
I mean, the great thing about Lil Nas X is like he has solidified like the visual style of himself. Like you know a Lil Nas X music video when you see it.
Yes.
And it's sort of, when someone has like a sort of calling card, like it's like you always know with Lil Nas X you're gonna get like a CGI epic insane thing with a bunch of like hot background dancers just being fabulous and living their truth. In the same way you can always expect in a Mariah Carey music video there's gonna be a shot where she's laying on the ground and the hair is perfectly placed and
stunning,
looking down like your God looking upon her.
Isaac says Palmer the sweater is giving. Thank you. It's new. I've been doing bonobos, so this is a bonobos moment. I wrote a whole essay in the comments of that video. I love that. Yes and is amazing. Have you watched the video for Yes and yet?
I haven't. No, because that's going to be
that's what we're going to do after this. We're going to record a reaction to that music video and put that up on Patreon. I might put it up tomorrow though, because it's a holiday. I don't want to be, and I have more Traitors to watch, and I don't want to be working too hard tonight. I have to put up the podcast itself.
I wouldn't expect you to put it up tonight.
I know, but I was thinking about like
people something to wait
getting
for.
it ready and then like scheduling it for tomorrow morning. But I'm like, I don't think I'll do that.
Just make it tomorrow.
Tomorrow, it'll be fine.
Yeah, if you want to see that, become a patron.
Yeah, become a patron.
Patreon.com/StudioGameAss. Also, if you haven't seen our Lil Nas X or Ariana Grande video reactions, like click on them and give them a watch.
Yes, do that. Yeah. Do that. You'll have fun with them. Not trying to be mean, but I think the only way the Linda Ronstadt biopic will be good is if they pull a Selena the movie and just use Linda's original vocals. We'll talk a little bit about that.
Okay. I don't know that much about Linda.
There's not much to know about Linda Ronstadt except like people think of her as like the Kelly Clarkson of her time vocal.
All right. Well.
Yes. Very talented vocalist from what I understand. Jeff says, look at what happens when you shop somewhere other than ASOS. Hey, a lot of my ASOS shit is good looking too, though. Let's be serious.
Yeah, don't insult the last 10 years of 2K Mats where Matt Palmer was wearing exclusively ASOS.
And looked amazing. It looked amazing. Have the 2K Mats listened to Renee Rapp's music yet? After Thursday, I'm sure you will be. We have.
I listened to the first half of her album and I liked it. I forget what song. I didn't get to listen to the second half. I'm sorry. I was in the grocery store and then I was like, oh, let me stop. And then I never started. But it's great. She's very talented.
She's vocalist. Excellent. Great vocalist. I've listened to the first half of the album as well.
Oh, the second half is a mystery to both of us. We'll never know, guys.
We'll never know. But I can't wait to hear what she does with those tracks. I'm excited, but I'm going in with I feel like they've changed the music a little bit from the Broadway version.
Okay.
So I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited.
I can't say I'm married to the Broadway versions of any of these songs. If they change Revenge Party, though, absolutely
that's what I'm saying.
There's no way you can't make Revenge Party any different than what it was born to be. And you can't make it better
because that's how amazing it was.
Because it's so
why
fantastic.
Would we change something that's already perfect?
Yeah, I think I heard that Worlds Burn.
That one, I heard a clip. It's not super different. It's just the production sounds more like we're trying to make a pop song.
Okay.
It's, how they did that Hamilton mixtape and it feels more
less
radio trying to be.
Musical theater, less trumpet in the orchestra pit.
I feel like that's what's happening.
Sure. Okay. I mean, that's understandable.
Montana loves the way Americans say ASOS. How do y'all say it? I don't know how the Australians say ASOS.
A sauce?
A sauce? Who knows?
Maybe they just say ASOS.
Christian, I wrote an article for MLK Junior Day tomorrow, and I made a custard and meringue pie today for my birthday in just 4 days.
Happy birthday in 4 days. And that's a productive day. Damn.
It is. Revenge Party is mostly intact, but Stupid in Love is butchered.
No, not Stupid with Love. That's my
love
jam.
That song. That's a good song.
How is it butchered?
Sexy is that girl for me, in my opinion, better than the Broadway version.
Sexy's great.
Sexy's great in all. I can't even imagine how you make that song not good.
Yeah, it's just great.
A great song, great moment.
Yeah.
I hear that is a great moment in the movie, so I'm excited for that in the film.
I feel like the 2020s are theater or film girls energy. Renee Rapp, Ariana Grande, Halle Bailey, Olivia Rodrigo, Billie Eilish, and
I hear that.
What's her name? West Side Story, Rachel Zegler.
Yes,
that's
true.
That's musical theater girl
energy. Kids. Thank you, Gaga, for opening the door for theater kids.
She really did.
Gaga and that the racist one from Glee, Lea Michele.
Also, Anne Hathaway.
Yes!
Those are very much the musical theater girl energy people in the early 2010s.
Yes, it's definitely not
now's a new time.
I feel like that was a time where it was oh, you're a musical theater girl. You're a musical theater person. I'm going to scoff. But now it's all the musical theater girls are doing their thing.
Ariana DeBose winning an Oscar.
Absolutely. Rapping at the Golden Globes last year?
The BAFTAs. Oh, man, that was almost a year ago.
That wasn't more than a year ago? That feels like it's been so
February,
long ago.
probably.
My ex wore plaid to quote Matt Steele. Grace knows the quotes.
This guy's I'm cosplaying as my ex right now. No, his plaid was very much holes in everything. His plaid was worn to the bits.
Oh, holes in the clothes.
Holes in the clothes.
Oh.
And, yeah, because his plaid would be about 15 years old.
What did you? I mean, you had a lot of feedback for him. I feel like generally in your relationship, did you give him feedback on the clothes with the holes?
Oh, I thought it was hot.
Oh.
I had a lot of feedback for my ex-boyfriend. His clothes were not the issue because his clothes, they worked for him. He was from Idaho and he was rugged guy, liked camping and everything. So it worked for his look.
Okay.
You saw him and you would just be like, that's it,
I don't think I've ever seen someone with beyond knee holes in the pants and pants holes
from 2005.
I've not seen someone with holes in their shirt.
No, he could rock it. When he dressed up and shaved and all that stuff, I was just this isn't right. I was
I don't need shaved. I need no holes. I don't need shaved. Unless that's a part of the garment. If it's oh, we're doing a mesh moment, then sure, we can talk holes.
No mesh.
But worn
These
holes?
weren't intentional holes. These are worn holes.
Grace says, yay, Montana is a mod now. Everything's right in the world, guys.
Montana's controlling it all, guys. She is the president, the people's president.
Oh, Austin, speaking of feedback, it's a new to me Janet song I love. That's a great Janet Jackson song.
What era was that?
That was Discipline. It was, I believe, the first single off of Discipline. There's a great song on that record called Tonight. I believe The Greatest X is also a great ballad on that album, which was co-written by The Dream, who is a consistent collaborator of Beyonce these days. It's not a great album, but has great moments.
Okay.
All right?
That's fair.
But yes, feedback's excellent. It's very Janet's take on Gimme More. That's the kind of vibe.
Was it around that time? Was it?
It was a couple years later.
Okay.
And it features the incredible lyric "Heavy like a first day period," which is one
your heaviest one.
One that I won't never forget. It's a really great moment to me.
Montero album in general slapped, and this most recent song for him wasn't up to the level. He set the bar high with that.
I think that's true. I mean, I haven't listened to it again since it came out, but that was my feeling when I first heard it.
I enjoy it when it's playing. Like I'm like, oh yeah, this has an energy and everything. But like, I can't say I'm like singing the melody back.
No,
I can't.
I mean, how could you?
I'm sorry, but I live in Washington, about 30 minutes from the Idaho border, and I can't imagine anyone from Idaho being. Listen, he was hot, guys.
Oh, Love is a great song from Discipline as well. I add that to the list. There's an EP of Discipline that's excellent. I will say, like, one of my sadder moments in life was when I was in the recorded music at NYU, which wasn't sad, but that was great. But when I was there, she had was going on a Discipline tour, and she had a show at Madison Square Garden, and the ticket sales were so bad that she just like gave tickets to our department as a whole.
Oh, okay.
And so we went to see her, and of course she was amazing. I have never seen a like more sparsely attended arena in my life, but it's like, but then you look at her crowds when she goes on tour now, and they're filled to the fucking brim. So it's great, but that moment I was just like, what is wrong with
That's
the world? We're
horrifying.
looking at Janet Jackson, and we're
That's
giving
weird.
free tickets, just random NYU students. OMG, are you from Spokane? Well, no, wait, neither of us is from Idaho.
No, Spokane is Washington.
Oh, great.
I mean, I think Butch Queen is talking to McKenna.
Sorry.
Or are you? Butch
sorry
Queen,
that no one's talking to
talking
us.
No, I'm from New Jersey, girl. I am not from the Pacific Northwest.
And I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, like one Miss
Yes.
Phaedra Parks.
Yes, we are East Coast.
Which, I mean, we'll talk about it a little during, probably might giving me moments. What else do I have to talk about? 'Cause even though I've only watched an episode and a half of Traders, but something we all need to remember is why Phaedra was kicked off of Atlanta Housewives, because we're all going to fall in love with her. She is incredible TV.
I think about that all the time.
But there are reasons.
I think about you watch that reunion.
But now you see why it's such a like hard pill to swallow, because you watch her.
She's so lovable.
She's so
lovable. She's
intrinsically funny.
Yeah. Matt Steele, I'm heartbroken about how this award season is going for Fantasia. Listen. We just have to go in with love. We have to go in happy that that she is there, that she is enjoying herself, and that the performance was so fantastic.
I will say that I think it is amazing that you have this attitude about it. As someone who has historically gotten riled up about people being left off of these lists, I feel like you have a very measured take about Fantasia, and
Thank you.
I think that's great.
Thank you. I know.
How did you arrive there?
A lot of deep breathing. A lot. You know what? I'm an actor. I'm used to being disappointed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like, well, you know, nothing else in my life was going right, so might as well add this to the list.
Besides 2 Gay Mats, which is going great.
This is going great. Thank
Everyone,
you. Like and subscribe.
Yes, and block off May the 4th.
Block off May the 4th.
If you're in the LA area.
Yeah.
For reasons we can't announce yet, but block it off.
Block it off. Punch it out of your calendar. I love all the theater girls singing Down the House, but we haven't gotten too many dance pop girls this decade. Yeah, we haven't.
Yeah, just Tate
Aside from
McRae,
Tate
Dua
and Dua
Lipa.
Phaedra gave us the sip and see content we never knew we needed.
It's amazing. Trader Season 2 is great so far. Can't wait till the next episode to come out. I'm excited to finish watching the episodes that are out. Phaedra is so iconic on Traders, and I know why she's problematic for Palmer on the podcast, but damn, she's great. She's perfect television.
Yeah, she is very good. Fantasia. And listen, we love all Sealies.
Yes.
Every Sealy is beautiful, but my blood runs deep for Fan. Like, I have a history with Fantasia.
Yes,
I have loved her since the day she sang "Rollin', Rollin'" on fucking her American Idol audition.
What's Rollin', Rollin'?
Yeah, we rollin'.
Oh,
Proud Mary.
Great, Proud Mary.
I wasn't calling it "Rollin', Rollin'." I was just doing an impression of her saying "Rollin', Rollin'."
Okay.
I have loved Fantasia forever. So
Matt Steele is done with the second episode of
yeah,
Traders.
I still have to watch the last one.
I'm an episode and a half into it. Yep, I was born in Seattle, but I moved here around 13. And it's pronounced Spokane, not Spokane. Sorry, McKenna.
Sorry, McKenna.
You know I'm not a geography gay. Not my thing. Give me a map. I'm like, U.S.? I don't know.
Ooh, Fantasia for the Carolina Change movie. Don't make me cry. Actually, it is still my dream for like Monique in the Carolina Change movie. Like,
why did I think Monique from Potomac? I think we were just talking about Housewives.
Monique in the Carolina Change movie. I know Caroline's supposed to be 39. Monique is no longer 39.
Yes.
But she looks great. We can do her up, or you know, she looks fine. She'll be great. She'll be great. I don't know if Monique can sing, but like whatever. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Not Austin. Is everyone streaming our new home wrecker anthem to get it to #1? If you want to stream Yes And, you should stream Yes And. We're excited to watch the video after this, not live on this, and give our reaction to Patreon. That'll add to our streaming totals of the first week. But it's a great song.
Butch Queen saying Cynthia higher keys made Sealy better. Sorry, Steele. Listen, higher keys do not equal more impressive character interpretation.
Okay.
I'm not directing that towards anyone. I'm just saying in general in the musical theater world, rule to live by. Just because the key is higher doesn't mean the performance is better.
Hey, as someone who grew up on Mariah in the 90s, better up that key. Better up that key.
Listen, musical theater performing is different from pop music singing.
I suppose so, but
up.
Let's get up there. Let's see it, girl.
It's Mariah Carey singing. Yes, for the vocals.
So, like, I'm telling you, that Tokyo Dome hero, when she jumps that octave in the last chorus, there's no better vocal performance. Period. Austin, I've been streaming because I liked a boy for like 18 months now. I guess everybody has their different homewrecker anthems.
Oh, because I liked the boy's excellent.
Feedback, love, can't be good, rock with you, and curtains are my fave. I love feedback and love.
Who is Michael Smith says, also give us more baritone Broadway songs, please. Thank you, Michael Smith. Yes.
Javert.
Yes.
Javert.
If Javert was a tenor, what would you'd be like, wimp.
I'd love it. If Jeremy Jordan jumped in to play Javert and they upped all the keys.
But the richness of the suicide with the deep. Yes, let's go.
Bruno Mars is Javert.
Oh, God.
Cynthia Two Stumps Revo did eat, and so did Fantasia. Both different interpretations, both beautiful.
They're both beautiful. Sealy is beautiful. You can't see someone sing I'm Here and just go, flop.
Absolutely not.
Unless you're a heartless motherfucker.
You could see someone direct I'm Here and say, flop. Because what was happening during that scene in the movie?
She walked outside to nothing.
It is funny because I think I was listening to a podcast and they had the exact same opinion you did about I'm Here.
Well, because it's just it's like right in the moment. Because in the Broadway show, it's like in that little moment before I'm gonna take a deep breath. It's like the tree comes out and you see she sees the purple flowers. I was so anticipating her opening the doors during that moment, and it was a sunset and a purple sky.
The color purple?
Yes, and it's just like there needs to be a reason why she's walking outside.
Yes.
But, what can you do?
Tyler, speaking my language, Whitney, Greatest of Love of All, Arista 1990, and Mariah, Hero, Tokyo Dome 1996. We see each other, to quote another Atlanta queen, Nene Leakes. We see each other. And Candy also said that, which, we shouldn't say Candy and Phaedra in the same room. They can't be around each other. We know what happens.
We know what happened. I have a fantasy of Fantasia singing I Didn't Plan on It from Waitress. Fantasia and Waitress.
Would it finally make you like or pay attention to fucking Waitress, you jerk? Waitress is so good, and Matt Steele pays it dust.
I think Waitress is nice. It doesn't thrill me.
You can buy the movie on iTunes if you want now.
Okay. If Fantasia was the star of Waitress.
But she wouldn't be the star if she's saying I Didn't Plan It.
No, I want her. I forget the entire. I forget who sings what in that show. But Fantasia as the star in Waitress would be amazing. She'd be great as that character.
As the Jessie Mueller character.
Yeah.
I mean, she would be great. But as who's our girl from This Is Me? What's her name?
This Is Me?
This Is
Me.
Us. No, This Is Me from The Greatest Showman.
Kiala Settle.
Kiala Settle originated that role of what the other waitress who sings I Didn't Plan It.
Listen, Fantasia can play any role she wants.
Kelly Clarkson as the lead in Waitress, please. She'd be amazing. She'd
be fantastic. She'd be fucking unbelievable.
I mean, I want her to do it because the thing is, she did sing She Used to Be Mine on the Kelly Clarkson show, but you could tell, there's one of the very few times you could tell that she kind of learned the song and kind of didn't. And she had to do it quickly if she really got a chance to sink her teeth into that song.
Sure.
But yes, I actually just watched the Jordan Sparks She Used to Be Mine pretty recently, and I always have the Shoshana Bean She Used to Be Mine on fucking loop because these are vocalists, and what a fucking song.
My mom's here. Hi, Mom.
Hi. Hi, Mom Steele.
She's going. I thought you were going to bed, Ma. I thought you weren't going to watch. But I'm glad you're here.
Jeremy Jordan's version of She Used to Be Mine is exceptional. I love that performance so much. Absolutely agreed. I mean, I honestly feel like Jeremy Jordan should only be covering female pop diva songs from here on out. If I'm never about do a covers album, but Jeremy Jordan covers the divas. Sure, you could call it
unbelievable.
It'd be unbelievable. You could call it queer baiting because this man is straight. But when you got that voice, you need to be singing songs written for women.
Sure,
you just do.
Greta Gerwig directing a Waitress movie. That'd be amazing. That'd be real good.
I'd love that.
Yeah, I will continue to say 2016 Broadway season was amazing. It was a good season. Yeah.
Was Waitress?
That was Hamilton, Waitress, Shuffle Along.
Did Waitress not win anything because of Hamilton?
Bright Star. Yeah. Hamilton fucking swept. I think what won best? I think She Loves Me won set design over Hamilton. Every other category Hamilton was eligible for, it won, except for set design. I think maybe there was one other one. No, it won orchestrations. Yeah.
Hannah, are you guys ready for Reputation Taylor's version? The question should be, are y'all ready for us to listen to Reputation Taylor's version?
Oh, it's going to be great.
Because the thing is it going to be great? Is it going to be fun? Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be. It'll be honest.
And you know what? We are, on 2 Gay Mats, honest. Oh, Hamilton lost leading actress to Cynthia Erivo, Color Purple.
Well, there you go. That was a moment. Cynthia won instead of Pippa. Yeah. All right. Do you like the Circus album of Britney Spears? It's okay. It's, I'd say, a mid-tier Britney album. Maybe mid to low.
I think people give it a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, I've seen people online saying it's her best.
That's absolutely insane.
Do your ears not work?
But it has great, obviously,
the title track.
The title track is excellent. And one of my top 5 Britney songs, Phonography.
Which wasn't even on the album.
Out of control. Like, if the album was nothing but phonography remix, phonography, like acapella, phonography, like orchestra version, like if Circus was literally nothing but phonography for 10 tracks, I'd be like, her best album.
Mannequin's excellent as well.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Did anybody see the Waitress movie recording? I think it was only in theaters for a week, maybe on streaming soon. I don't know if it's streaming, but it's definitely available to buy on Apple TV, iTunes, whatever it's called now. I saw it in theaters, and it is excellent. And you are going to love yourself for buying it, watching it, do whatever you can do, because it's so good. So good.
What are Steele's thoughts on Pink Pony Club and Naked in Manhattan? I like Pink Pony Club a lot. I don't remember Naked in Manhattan.
Is that on the album? That's the question I have. Listen. Is Naked in Manhattan on the album? Which I guess is not a good question.
I mean, I listened to it.
I listened to the whole album. Did you?
Yeah.
Hey, look, I don't remember Naked in Manhattan.
Steele, have you heard Goodbye by Victoria Monet yet? I have not.
He'll be hearing it.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Keep
signing up for the Patreon, y'all.
On Patreon.
Because he'll be hearing it.
Don't Hang Up is becoming one of my favorite Britney songs.
That's one of my ringtones when I awake in the morning. One of my alarms that wakes me up is Don't Hang Up, because I feel like it has a very nice intro, and it's just a great song. Oh, yeah, I don't remember Naked. You know how I feel about her ballads. I feel like people get mad with me when I say that.
Is that a ballad? Was that
probably
one of the ballads?
It's near the end.
I remember you saying like, "Oh, I don't love her ballads. I don't love her ballads." And then when the album happened, I was like, I feel like there were only like 2 ballads, 3 ballads.
I feel like near the end things get a little slow and like vibey in general. Maybe some would be more mid-tempo, but it's her ups that really do.
I think Coffee is a ballad I like.
I like Coffee.
I like
Casual.
Casual is great, but I didn't think of it as a ballad when I was listening to it, because I was just like, oh, this is so kind of like cutting.
Right.
I don't know, like there was an energy to it where I didn't even think like, oh, ballad.
Right.
But I did love Casual.
Oh my Lord, it's up tempo and such a bop. Maybe I'll give it another listen. I'm sorry. Oh God, Jeff's gonna get mad defending these ballads. Coffee is a great ballad, and My Kink is Karma is not a ballad, but it is a mid-tempo, and it's great.
Yeah,
thrilling,
My Kink is Karma
lovely.
Is great.
Yes. Do you think Yes and can work on an otherwise R&B album, like the reports are saying? Apparently, it's like a throwback '90s kind of R&B album.
Okay.
And if so, yes. If it's like Positions Part 2, no, then it wouldn't make any sense.
Oh, Christian's coming in with the king of the ballads.
Yes,
Christian of course we have
our 2. Dancing on My Own by That Gay Man defenders are here defending all ballads.
If you need someone to help you defend a ballad, Christian.
Callum
Jeff.
Scott? Is that the gay man who
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Seems like a nice man.
Yes, he seems nice.
Voice.
We love queer art.
We love. And nice cover. Very nice cover, because it's a fantastic song. But,
yes.
I mean, there is
the
a cover point, for a reason.
And it's just like sometimes the point of the song is that it's up-tempo. Like the point to me, the reason why Dancing on My Own is brilliant is because it is up-tempo.
Yeah.
Like it being a ballad just is like makes it too like obvious and syrupy.
And the point is like you're dancing on your own. Like you're getting through life as best as you can.
Right.
Like you're just even though you are sad, you are dancing through it.
Yes.
Because when you're just sad, it's like, okay, well, I'm just sad. But like, if you're sad and you're actively trying to like do what you need to do to get yourself to not be sad anymore, it's more moving.
Right.
And like any acting teacher will tell you that. It's like people, if they like have a cold or something, they don't just go, oh, I have a cold. It's like, what do you do when you have a cold? You like you do things to actively like make yourself feel
the whole
better.
Point is like, I'm going to act like I don't have a cold.
Yeah.
I'm like fighting
like,
the truth of it.
I'm blowing my nose. I'm like taking my medicine. I'm like with the steamer, like going like this. I'm getting through my day.
Yes. Album of the year predictions or preferences. I predict it'll be SZA. I need to look at the list again, but right now Victoria Monet comes to mind as who I want to win. But I anticipate SZA.
I have no clue.
Okay, but an Ariana Taylor collab that I believe would be fire. To quote Mariah when asked about J-Lo, I don't know how that would sound, but I don't. They do very different kinds of pop music, so I wonder. Christian, I appreciate your points of view, and we'll have to agree to disagree because I will never agree.
It'll never happen. It'll never happen.
Thank you. I love songs with happy beats and sad lyrics.
You know what I want? Because everyone always shares that meme of like, in Santa Monica, the black house with the purple pink house. They're like, what's a song where like the lyrics are this and it's the dark house and the music is like this with the happy house? But I'm like, why hasn't anyone created the meme of like, what song has like music that sounds like the dark house and lyrics that are actually happy?
Right.
Like no one can think of that example. Like, what's a song that like sounds dark? Or I would assume like a Billie Eilish song, but like
I don't know. Are some of her songs happy? I don't know. Feelings on Ariana doing House, Beyonce's immediate impact. I'm happy to see it. Happy to hear her on a big up tempo song. Seeing Wicked this weekend in prep for the movie. I'm vibrating. Enjoy it. I'd rather see a Taylor Chapel collab. I mean, I still want a Chapel Olivia collab. I think the two of them. Good. Clearly, they work with this producer. I
want to be curled in my bed crying.
But Christian, we love everyone. You love a sad song. Like from the requests we've received, you love a sad song that's in its feelings, and we love that.
And sometimes sometimes you need one.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want that.
Yes.
Then you got to get up. You got to put on the makeup. You got to put on the high heels, and you got to live your life.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that Mariah said that about J-Lo. If I said it to a different artist, I apologize. But yeah, she did say that about J-Lo.
How fucking dare you?
I mean, I'm sorry.
You better apologize every single podcast.
What's your favorite Madonna song? That's a great question.
Open Your Heart.
Oh,
that's my favorite song.
Hold on, let me think.
Open Your Heart of... Oh God, am I gonna have to go through all the albums?
Drowned World Substitute for Love comes to mind.
Oh, I mean that's such a fucking fantastic
what a piece of music, and like what a song of like. Remember how my whole goal in life was to get this thing, and I got it, and it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. Like I still feel just a perfect opener to a perfect album. That's the one that comes to mind. I mean, of course, I love Open Your Heart and Into the Groove, a fucking Hung Up,
like a Vogue. And like a prayer, obviously. Like
Power of Goodbye is up there for me too.
Oh, you do love that song.
I love
That's
Power of Goodbye. Yeah. Oh, and I remember it used. Yes, Tay, you and I both. Did y'all see Madonna where Madonna asked her audience to fart for her? No.
You know what?
I did see someone sharing like, "Oh, Madonna shades Lady Gaga," and I saw the clip and I'm like. This isn't shade. Like everyone's getting sensitive these days. Not to be like a cancel culture comic person, but mention like.
We'll talk about it at the Golden when we talk about the Golden Globes.
You're going to be doing more of the defending there, girl, because I didn't watch it and also like don't care. But yeah, I feel like mentioning another artist is now viewed as shade. It's like if you thought you were coming to a Lady Gaga show, I would be offended. Like, yeah, my name's on the fucking ticket. You should know you're going to a Madonna show. And she says, I love her. I love any girl that's shorter than me. Like, these are positive things.
Like, that's funny. Like, that's
funny.
Hilarious. Guys, Madonna's funny. Madonna's
Madonna's funny.
She's just funny. She's a
lady. Monster.
I mean,
but she's funny.
She is just Madonna.
She is.
That's the only way to describe Madonna. Oh, I love Live to Tell.
Oh, I do not. I love Deeper and Deeper. That's a good one. Express Yourself, of course. Forbidden Love. I mean, the whole fucking album. Confessional on the Dance Floor.
So you don't hear that fake drama crap fans started on Twitter or whatever with Taylor and Selena, like at the Golden Globes when they were trying to like lip read.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Timothée. It's like as soon as we get into like people who are dating and the Kardashians, I'm like, oh, my brain has shut off.
You're never gonna know what they said. You are just never gonna know it.
There's no way to.
Move on.
All right. Should we get started?
Sure.
Okay. So we'll do our new way of starting.
Our new.
Well, no, new for me.
I forgot what that entailed.
Oh, things are happening over there. Oh, girl. Causing a stir.
All right. Okay.
Hello?
Hello. Oh, you just pushed a little button in front of you.
I did. I pressed a button.
There's a new way we're recording sound, and like I'm used to seeing a whole rigmarole, and he pushes 12 buttons, but like no, he just tapped a little thing. It made no sound.
It made no sound. We're trusting it's recording. I hope that you guys can hear this audio in the future when you're listening to this, and I believe you will be able to.
Oh, like thousands of years from now, they will dig up the archives. They'll be buried under rubble or like sedimentary rock or whatever the fuck, and they will come up with this little like recording device, and all of our little audio files will be in there, and they will listen to us, and they'll be like, this is what life was like in 2024.
I mean, you know that my biggest fear is people re-listening to the old episodes of our podcast in which we're like, COVID is not going to be a thing. And they're being like, these two fucking idiots.
Oh, I've said way stupider things on the podcast.
I don't know.
Than just like, I don't know what's going to happen.
It was weeks and weeks of us being like, guys, remember the avian flu? Like, it's going to be fine.
It wasn't weeks and weeks. It was kind of us. Just,
multiple episodes of us saying that. And I'm like, you sound like idiots.
I always think I'm just like, if I feel like I say something on the podcast where it's like, I wonder if like years from now I'm going to regret saying that. I'm going to have to remember.
Right.
And have Matt Palmer delete this. I mean, not that I've ever said anything horrible.
No, I don't think we've ever said anything offensive. We've just said things that were like categorically false. And like, that's tough to know.
You know what? We're not scientists. No. We don't know everything. We're just men. We are just human beings.
Hey, we're not just men. We are gay men. You
true.
better say it. All right. Do you want to start?
You start.
Okay. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Two Gay Mats, the podcast. It's Matt Palmer.
And it's Matt Steele.
We're back again another week. And we're in the middle of, for me, a 3-day weekend. Because
that's great.
Tomorrow is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And so we're still putting out a podcast for you because we love you so much. And if you are off work, just listening to us while you're going around your house, cleaning, resting, doing whatever you'd like to do, we wish you good day.
Well, I won't be able to listen because I will not be off work because I am working my restaurant job on a Monday holiday like I am doing every other Monday holiday. And I will complain about it on every podcast episode until the day I die.
Are all Monday holidays tough at the job? Or
awful.
Are some of them fine?
They're all awful.
Really?
Like it's just everyone's just coming in ready for a burger.
I would think like a Labor Day, Memorial Day, like of course that's gonna be dreadful.
Because I work at a burger place and those are burger holidays.
Right. But MLK Day, it's like, is that specifically bad?
MLK Day is much better than Memorial Day.
I mean,
Memorial Day is the worst shift ever at a burger restaurant. But no, it's just, I make the milkshakes at work and so like I'm gonna be making a lot of milkshakes.
Oh, that's tough.
I know, and the thing is like I don't like milkshakes. Like I think they're overrated because I have a weird aversion to melted ice cream, and so whenever like someone orders a shake, I'm furious because I'm like, this isn't worth your money.
I'm going to attempt to sidestep this because when we get into fights about food, they last for literally 20 minutes, and I know we have other things to talk about today.
Yeah, we can't get into a fight. It's MLK weekend. We need a peaceful podcast.
Yeah, you need to be peaceful to me if we're gonna be fucking honest.
All right.
But let's be serious. Milkshakes are amazing, especially vanilla. Anyways, how was your weekend? How was your week up until now?
My week was great.
Yes.
I did something with you.
Yes.
We did the same thing this week on Tuesday.
Right.
Was it Tuesday or Wednesday?
I
forget.
It was, I believe, Wednesday.
Okay. We went to the premiere of a good friend of ours, Zach.
Yes.
He is a documentary filmmaker, and he directed this fucking amazing documentary called This Is Not Financial Advice. Everyone write it down. Go on Apple. It's on Apple TV, right?
Yes, I think it's downloadable on Apple TV.
On Apple TV.
On formerly iTunes, wherever you can download movies from Apple, you can get This Is Not Financial Advice by our friend Zach.
Yes. It is all about like the crypto, like boom, like that happened a couple years ago and everything. And the people who like found success on it, didn't find success on it. And I went into it being like, I'm not going to understand anything the fuck that is happening because I do not understand the crypto nothing. But when I was sitting there, I was riveted. This movie is so good, and we're not just saying that because he's our friend. like genuinely, right. I was just like, what is going to happen to all these people?
That's the thing is like we're again not crypto bros. We were not really plugged in during the boom and whatever happens with the cryptocurrencies. But we were sitting, me, Matt Steele, and our friend Janie, who's been on the podcast, obviously. And when you would see, the thing is, sometimes they just show you like how much their cryptocurrency is worth, how much it has increased since the last time you saw the number, or decreased since the last time you saw the number. And there were some shots in which we all grabbed our chests and we're like, oh!
Well, because the amazing thing is, it's like people were just like making like millions in crypto, and then it would also show their actual bank account next to it, and it was just like in the negatives.
Right.
And it's just, and so the movie like also really focused on like their lifestyles, like how they went through their day-to-day life. Like the main guy, I would say, he's a very big YouTuber, and it showed his day-to-day lifestyle, like being the YouTuber. He was like crypto, Dogecoin is the future, blah, blah, blah. And just showing him like in his little apartment, like live streaming. Right. And it showed him live streaming like Elon Musk on SNL. And we were sitting there and we were just like, how is his computer not crashing?
That's the thing. And like also, how is he allowed to stream, not that, to make this about us, but how is he allowed to stream fucking NBC content? As soon as we try to live stream or put up a Kesha music video, we get taken off the internet.
Like, what does he have that we don't have besides millions of dollars in crypto?
Well, yeah, millions of Dogecoin dollars. But yes, so it is interesting. There's crypto folks. There's a financial advisor who is kind of just like does her advice or not real advice on TikTok of like, this is how stock markets work.
Yeah, she like her thing is she makes it very simple.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a person named Sinai Subject who is just based in Long Beach, and his whole thing is like, I buy very boring stocks, but I want to learn about investments and growing my wealth so that I can buy back the block. I want to buy these apartment buildings that I grew up in, the homes that I grew up in, because it would be great if this black neighborhood was owned by black people, the buildings in it. And it's a great film. We cannot recommend it more highly.
It showed so many different perspectives. Like it had the guy from Long Beach who was very much like, crypto sucks. Like it's not going to be the thing. And then the guy who was just like, crypto is the future. And another guy who lived in Indiana who like had a wife and children and a house. And he went through it. These people are going through it.
There's a story arc for all of our subjects. Let's just say that.
And so well done. Like the music.
I know.
Like,
and beautifully really shot. Great. It's like, I mean, I assume his rate is really high, but it's like, could you shoot 2K mattes for us?
Right? Like seriously. And the thing with like documentary filmmaking, I do not understand how people do. Like it sounds so daunting. Like, okay, I'm gonna like start like spending money to like hire these people to film these subjects, and I don't even know, like there's no guarantee that there's a story there. So you really like have to be confident about the thing that you are filming and then create a story in the process. And it's just like, I think documentary filmmakers are so brilliant.
I agree.
It's just, and the risk that they take of just like, they might have all this footage and it might lead up to nothing.
Right.
You know?
Or you have all this footage and it leads up to Monica being Reality Von Teese on Housewives of Salt Lake City. Which, by the way,
completely.
I cannot stop thinking about. The first episode of the reunion has aired and it was fine. But I hate that I keep talking about it and bringing it up when it's not really relevant. But man alive, I can't tell you enough. This is Scandival level of television, guys. If you're interested, Salt Lake City only has 4 seasons, and the things that happen in season 2 and now season 4 are worth the viewing.
I would say, in hearing the 2 stories, like one year, the one Scandival, this year, the Monica thing, I would say the Monica story is far more interesting to my ears.
Right.
Like when the whole Scandival thing was happening, I was kind of just like, okay, so he cheated. That's you know, a common story. I get it. I didn't get the context, the whole backstory. But also, you watched Vanderpump Rules enough. Like we all knew the guy was a jerk, right? Like we could all see it. Right?
A lot of people watched that show thinking that Sandoval was the hero.
What are we doing, y'all? I watched 5 seconds of an episode and I'm just like, this is a villain.
Yeah, monster. I always hated him mostly because he hated Stassi, who wound up being a racist. But whatever.
There's a lot of villains, guys.
A lot. The thing is, the point of Vanderpump Rules is everyone's a villain.
Everyone's a villain.
But yes, did you do anything else this week?
Oh God, no. I don't know. I worked. I saw a movie.
Oh yes.
I made it through.
I love that.
Thank you.
Well, for me, I think my week was similarly not terribly crazy, but I went over to your house and we watched the new Lil Nas X video for J. Christ. We watched or listened to the new Ariana Grande song, Yes and I'm enjoying Yes and a lot. I'm re-listening to it. I'm excited for this new record, absolutely. And then over the weekend, Jackson has some friends that he went to college with who live in Santa Barbara, and they came down here for a night with their son who is 12 years old. And so that was very fun, and we got to hang out, and we went and did we actually went to Century City over in our old neck of the woods.
Oh my God, what were you doing there?
We went to kind of just look around. She works in retail, like in corporate, like a corporate part of a retail store. But we also wanted to go to this thing called Dreamscape, which I went to like 4 or 5 years ago, very early on in my dating of Jackson. It's kind of like a basically you're putting on Apple Vision Pros and they're kind of showing you a whole like, oh, you're interacting and this is like an alien zoo moment. So it just was like a fun VR experience that the 12-year-old would like. Because I was like, what is a 12-year-old kid interested in? Because it's like you're not young enough that it's like, oh, we could watch Bluey, or you're not like an adult. So I'm like, what's that middle ground? And I was like, VR experience.
Yeah. If you had that 12-year-old here and you were like, we have plans for you, a Bluey marathon.
I know. He'd be like, what? Like, I am 12. So I think we found something right in the pocket.
Yeah, that's great.
We played some video games. We also walked around downtown a bit and showed them around before they drove back up to Santa Barbara area. And then after that, we sat on the couch and watched a television show that we'll talk about a bit later because I'm excited to discuss it. 3 episodes of it have dropped, hint, hint. But yeah, nothing else too crazy besides that.
I also binged the first season of said television show in preparation for this season of the television show Matt Palmer will be talking about.
I'm excited to hear your thoughts on all the seasons and episodes you've seen.
Okay.
So wait, should we dive into News for Idiots?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's go. And I apologize. Some of my order might not be exactly right. Usually I organize these by, most important, but I didn't do that this week. So we're all going to just have to deal. Okay, but we are going to start with the Golden Globes.
Very important because we famously were recording the podcast as they were happening last week.
Yes. And so they were hosted by Joe Coy, who people did not like how he did. And so the monologue apparently had some jokes that caused a lot of stir. The jokes that I am seeing here are talking about Oppenheimer versus Barbie. And he says, quote, blah, 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 blah. Oppenheimer is based on a 721 Pulitzer Prize winning book about the Manhattan Project, and Barbie is on a plastic doll with big boobies. Then he also goes on to say the key moment in Barbie is when she goes from perfect beauty to bad breath, cellulite, or in flat feet, or what casting directors call character actor. And when his joke was met with minimal laughs, Joe giggled and added, some I wrote and some other people wrote. The ones you're laughing at, I wrote. Matt Steele.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Joe Coy's performance as the host of the Golden Globes and about that joke, those jokes in particular?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that I watched the Golden Globes in a bit of a haze because a
lavender haze?
It was every color because it was 2:30 in the morning when I started the Golden Globes because that was when they went on streaming, and when they popped up, I was about to go to bed. I was like, oh, I'll watch these in the morning, but then they popped up and I was like, no, I'm gonna watch these until 4:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Because I wanted to see them. And so I kind of like watched everything like kind of in a, the haze of just like, oh, okay, that was the monologue. That was this. Like I didn't really think much of anything. And then I went online and I saw everyone talking about this opening monologue.
Right.
And I was kind of like, I was so unfazed by this monologue. Like, I think y'all need to leave this poor man alone. I don't understand why everyone is so upset.
So would you say that you are leading the Justice for Joe Coy movement?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
Like, leave that guy alone. Like, listen, like, I if you didn't like the set, sure. But, like, people are acting like he had murdered their children or something for literally that one joke.
Well, there was another one people didn't like.
Girl. I guess we'll get into that.
We will.
But like the Oppenheimer Barbie joke, I interpreted that moment as like, okay, Oppenheimer, yes, it's based on this 700 whatever page book and blah, 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 blah. And it's so serious and everything. And when he said the Barbie part of the joke, he was like, and Barbie's about a woman, plastic doll with big boobies. I took that as him like making fun of the people who will delegitimize the Barbie movie. Like I took that as him like making fun of those stupid people because he like put on a voice and all that stuff. Like, so I guess people didn't like, you can interpret the joke however you want, but that's how I interpreted the joke. And with the character actor joke was literally just him taking a shot at Hollywood, just being like, oh, anyone who's not perfect, you like sort of designating as like the character actor.
Right.
You don't give them a chance. What he did do that I do not like when comedians do, what he is guilty of, in my opinion, is I hate it when comedians acknowledge that like people aren't laughing. But also the Golden Globes every year, like literally 3/4 of the audience isn't paying attention to the opening monologue. So, and that as a viewer is very frustrating to watch because I'm like, why are people talking through the monologue?
Right.
And also when he said the character actor joke, there was laughter. Like I would never have known that the laughter, I guess, wasn't that big until he said something. So I don't think he needed to do that.
I will say for me, who's just watched the clips online, have seen the quotes written out, so I don't know exactly what's going on with all of the jokes and how they were told. I will say the throwing the writers under the bus.
Yes, the throwing the writers under the bus was
to me,
not good.
It was just like, okay, sometimes people come up with sets. You're a comedian. You're going to bomb sometimes. You're not doing well in this room. They won't rehire you. It's fine. Just get through the night.
Yeah.
You don't need to be throwing people under the bus who like are working for a living and need to find other jobs. And like now none of them can put this on their resume, which they probably wouldn't have either way. But it's just like seems like gross and weird and like unnecessary.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there was a way to go into this hosting gig, even if the jokes weren't landing, and just have it be more of a non-event. But the fact that he's going to go out of his way to be like, oh, well, the ones that I wrote, you're laughing at. And like, I only had 10 days to do this. Yeah. It's like you're scrambling. And like that makes me uncomfortable as a viewer or even like a reader of this.
And that's what I hate. That's why I hate when comedians do it, because like a comedian will always do it when like I actually liked the joke, but I just like wasn't necessarily laughing as loud as they wanted me to. And so it's like, why are you like making me feel uncomfortable when like I'm actually enjoying you? Like, so to me, like what he is guilty of is like commenting on how he thought he did, as opposed to like the actual jokes he was saying.
Right. I think that's fair. And also just don't throw people that work for you under the bus.
Do not throw people who work for you under the bus. Like it was a team effort.
Yes.
And everything. Like just, yeah.
It is 2024 and we are team employee, not team employer. So come on, let's do better next time. I will say the Taylor Swift joke, again, from the clip I've seen, from how it was told, apparently says the big difference between the Golden Globes and the NFL. At the Golden Globes, we have fewer camera shots of Taylor Swift. My feeling here, this joke is not funny. It's like barely a joke. It's more like, okay, this is what happens. Taylor Swift, when they cut to her, didn't need to laugh at it. The people who are like, look at her not laughing, she's such a bitch, are crazy.
Sure.
But also, I mean, I hate to go to the Justice Joe Coy moment. It wasn't offensive.
Not in the slightest.
It was not a good joke. It wasn't funny. I didn't laugh. But it wasn't like, I feel like people are like, you're belittling her. Why don't you talk about her achievements? It's like, I mean, well, he was trying to make a joke. It just wasn't a good one. But it wasn't, I don't think it was sexist. I don't think it was undercutting her talent. It was just like, oh, yeah, they do cut to her a lot of the NFL games. Maybe it's riling those people up who are actually mad about that. But it's like, that's so far removed from my brain. I don't interact with people that are mad that the NFL shows Taylor Swift when like people were mad in a way that I didn't understand about that moment in particular.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, I really don't understand why anyone was upset with that joke. And it's kind of like, oh, well, you could acknowledge her accomplishments. And it's kind of just like, yeah, but the Golden Globes, like they don't do this every year, the Golden Globes, but a lot of times like the Golden Globes host will like roast the people in the room. Like, are you going to roast everyone and then just be like, but Taylor Swift? Oh, do you all know everything she's done? It's like we all know everything. Taylor. Like Taylor Swift's accomplishments, like are touted.
Yeah, they're top of mind.
Like it's not like she's underrated, you know. So I don't understand why people were upset with that joke. Yeah. And honestly, like the joke wasn't the like funniest joke or anything, but you could tell it was producers being like, okay, you need to say something about Taylor Swift,
right?
Like so that we can show that she's in the audience,
right? And it's like either make the joke funnier or like say no, we don't feel like doing that. But I wasn't offended by the joke. It just was a bad joke. But I hear bad jokes all the time.
Oh my God.
You know, it happens. Yeah. So best of luck to him in his future. The ratings did climb 50% from 2023. So I'm sure that's exciting for some people who, you know, this is an award show that just got back on the air because of what? Racism. So now they're back. We don't know who's behind it, but people are happy that apparently it averaged this year 9.4 million viewers, up 50% from last year. The 2021 show's rating plummeted from 18.32 million viewers in 2020 to just 6.91 million viewers. Oh, so we're still trying to move back up.
Oh, sure.
That 18 is still a bit away.
Well, listen, to be fair, nothing on TV is getting the ratings that it did 20 years ago.
That's true.
Like, come on.
But that's not, well, no, 2020 isn't 20 years ago, right? 2020 was when it was 18.32.
Oh, well, sure, but like it's going to be in a decline naturally.
Sure, but that's a jump. That's a big jump.
Well, sure, but also like COVID happened, like, you know.
Okay.
Like it makes sense to me.
I mean, you should hire someone who would do a better job. I don't know. It just didn't. I don't know that the ratings were in reference to the Joe Coy doing a bad job, but it also was just like, oh, those ratings, while they're up from the year prior, they're still bad versus the 18.
My problem with like a bunch of these award shows is like they try to cater to people who don't care about these awards. You know,
right,
it's like cater to the people who like actually want to see.
That's always your opinion. It's like, why are we trying to make this as general as possible?
Because then like people who don't care about the awards will watch it and be like, oh, like these people are in their bag,
right?
Like it's because nothing is like less appealing than seeing someone not in their bag, like trying to do something not in their bag,
right?
You know, as opposed to like being their authentic selves.
All
like
right.
have like a person who is authentically excited to like host these things, and like people like writers who like are authentically excited about awards,
right.
you know.
Which I think Matt Steele's throwing his hat in the ring. I think he's ready to host the Golden Globes.
I don't want to do that.
I think he's going to do a great job. If you need me to be there, I'll be there and be like, yes, go films.
I don't want to do stand-up. I'm fine.
I think that'd be great for you. But in more positive news for all of us, the Mean Girls musical movie has ruled over the competition with $32 million this Martin Luther King Day Jr. weekend. Apparently, it took in $28 million this weekend, and it's expected to bump up to $32 million with tomorrow's holiday. That's $36 million. That's $36 million in the film, added to another $6.5 million internationally for a big global debut. And I feel like for all of the talk of like, oh, everyone hates musicals, we have to pretend that things aren't musicals when we make trailers. Clearly, enough people knew this was a fucking musical. And the success of the Wonkas and Color Purples and the Mean Girls makes me think, hey, maybe we can stop hiding the fact that things are musicals because people will want to fucking see them.
Because, like, again, be in your bag.
Yes.
Like, be in your bag. It's a musical, advertised as a musical, so people can be like, oh, these people who like musicals, like, they're having fun. Because, like, we're not trying to be something that we're not. We like musicals. Have it be a musical.
Heard great things about Renee Rapp's performance, particularly. Yeah. I've heard great things about the actress who plays Karen. I'm very excited to see this. I'm seeing this tomorrow. I am just a little nervous because I did listen to World Burn, and while it was good, I worry we're trying to take the musical theater elements of the production out and feel like the sound felt a little muted to me. It feels like we're aiming to be on the radio. It feels more like the Hamilton mixtape than it felt like Hamilton. Okay. And I like the songs that I like from Mean Girls as they are. And so maybe for people who have not listened to the original Broadway cast recording, they would be more, happy to hear these versions of the songs. But someone in the chat did say they butchered Stupid in Love, which is one of your faves.
I love that song. How do you butcher Stupid with Love? Just have her sing it. What's there? Like, what did you do? Like, make it like a Billie Eilish song? Like, how can you do anything else to Stupid with Love other than what's already been done with Stupid with Love?
And it's already great. I'm glad. Clearly, Sexy must work if everyone's talking about how good Karen is in this film.
But then again, I do sometimes love when there is when people do creative things with the orchestrations of like a movie musical, like there's a movie version of the musical Hello Again, and Hello Again is very much like a small chamber music, like off-Broadway musical from 1994 written by Michael John LaCusa with a cast of 10 and like an orchestra of like, I don't know, 5 or something. Right. And I have no clue, but it's a small one.
Yeah.
I was in the show and it was like a piano and a cello. Like that's it.
That's all you need.
That's all you need. But then when they made the movie version, like they did really cool things with the production of the songs, and like I don't know, I love listening to both the original cast recording and the movie version because I'm like, these feel so different, but they're the same songs that like I love. Right. And so I don't know, sometimes I feel like that can work.
I'm open to it. I'm just nervous because I like that cast recording a lot, and I don't know that changes were necessary. At least from World Burn, things were pretty much the same. But I just am nervous. But I am excited because Renee Rapp vocally is going to give me everything I have ever needed as Regina. I love Taylor Louderman as Regina, honestly. Great. But this, Renee Rapp is also an incredible vocalist who's going to give it more of a pop R&B flair. I'm excited to hear it. Excited to see it. I'm just excited. It's doing well. I'm hearing more people say that they like it than they didn't.
Well, and the thing that I love about Renee Rapp playing this role is like she's openly gay, and there's a toughness about her.
Absolutely.
Like she's a lesbian, and so there is like
a lesbian.
so it's just so interesting to like see Regina George be that. Yes. I think that's so emblematic of like it shows you like what a mean girl was in 2004, which was so girly.
Yes.
And then there is what a mean girl is in 2024, where it's like this tough girl who like kind of like, not only is she like manipulative and like nasty, but like she could also probably physically kick your ass, It
also, it definitely highlights the difference of like what I imagine the coolest person in high school is now versus when we were in high school. It is very different, and I've only heard good things about her performance. I also love that people are making like montages of her on this Mean Girls press tour, and she's always just going off on her own tangents. It's like no one has media trained this girl at all. She's like, by the way, I fucking fucking love Megan Thee Stallion and that man who shot her. If he sees me, I'd fuck him up. And it's like, okay, well, this isn't actually about that. Like, I think she was sitting there with the actor who plays Aaron Samuels when she gave this diatribe, this monologue. And it was just like, he was just like, oh my. But like, I love that for her. I love that for us, that we get, you know, our leading lady Regina is not scared to say what she feels. Because I feel like this is sadly and weirdly the most public support Megan Thee Stallion has gotten about that whole Tory Lanez situation was from this girl. And even if it is later on in the timeline of events, I'm glad Renee is vocally and outwardly standing up for Megan, and she can sing her face off, and she's going to be a great Regina. Yeah. I can't wait.
I mean, I love a Justice for moment.
You do? You had Justice for Joe Coy earlier.
Yeah, Justice for, guys, remember Justice for Joe Coy?
Which I'm not a part of, by the way.
I'm a part of it. Hey, why not?
Hey, I love being the more popular Matt. When you were having this argument in the Discord, I jumped in just to be like, I'm glad everyone likes this Matt better today. Thank you.
Okay, you're the Aaron Samuels actor. I am Renee Rapp. Just being like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but Renee's on the right side of history.
I'm on the right side of history.
Well, speaking of history, a biopic of a historical singer has been greenlit. And Linda Ronstadt will be portrayed by Miss Selena Gomez. This is according to Rolling Stone. It has been confirmed. Fans began to speculate online about a potential casting after Gomez posted an Instagram story of Ronstadt's 2013 memoir, Simple Dreams. The biopic is currently in pre-production with Ronstadt's manager and James Keach co-producing. Additional casting details and release date have not been announced. This is exciting. I think Selena Gomez, I feel like a lot of people, I've heard some negative things about her acting recently. Oh, which, by the way, did you see that Golden Globes tweet and or TikTok that I think I need to figure out who it came from. I don't know if it was Deadline or Hollywood Reporter or something, but it was like an official source that like recorded the seating arrangement, but like didn't mute what was being said.
Yes, no, it was for the Emmys.
Oh, was it the Emmys?
It was for the Emmys.
And they didn't mute like the recording of like, oh, this is what's being said in the background while we're looking at like the seating arrangement of where people are going to sit at the Emmys. And someone goes, oh my God, she's such a terrible actress. She's so monotone. And everyone's like guessing who they were talking about. It's like, guys.
I know. And the fact that it was posted.
I think it's still up.
It's like out of control.
No one saw that and was like, we must put music over this. We must mute
or like
it.
Film another video.
Film something else where someone's not talking shit about someone who's going to be in the audience.
This had to have been posted or recorded by someone who's like, I don't know, went to school for social media, something. Right. I don't know. Do people major in that now? They must. Like PR somebody.
Right.
Didn't they know like, oh, like this audio is in the, don't you check the audio before you post? The audio.
If we've learned anything in our 11 years as two gay Matts, you gotta check the audio.
And who could they be talking about?
I don't know. The rumor was it was either Selena Gomez or maybe Jenna Ortega.
I mean, it could literally be anyone.
It could be, but that was like the scuttlebutt online.
I mean, it's because like you saw their pictures, but like the person could have been across the room saying it about some other picture they were looking at.
I think they were close. I think they were close to that microphone. They could have been talking about someone across the room. I think they were close to that mic. But yes, the question has of course come up. Is Selena Gomez going to be singing these songs live? Or like, is it going to be her vocals? Are we going to hear Selena Gomez covers of Linda Ronstadt songs? And to that I say, absolutely not. And nor should she. Like, I don't even understand why it's a question. Like, I don't know much about Linda Ronstadt, but I know that she's often been compared to like the Kelly Clarkson of her time vocally. And no one is shitting on Selena Gomez's voice. I think she has a lovely voice. It is very appropriate for the music she makes. But it's like when they make the Mariah biopic or Mariah bio series, no one's going to be singing those Mariah fucking songs. Of course someone will dub her voice. I think it's a weird thought that they wouldn't. And I don't think there's anything to make fun of Selena about.
I mean, that person dubbing her voice will probably be Linda Ronstadt.
Right. It could just be the original recordings, especially if they're working with her, manager or whatever. So yeah, it just seems weird that it's even being discussed. Like, and I don't think it's shade. Like, I'm saying this and I'm not trying to be shady when saying it. It's just they're an ocean apart in tones and like what they're able to do. They do different things. Selena just said she's going to focus on her acting.
Yeah, we love Selena. We talked about it last week.
We do. Justice for Selena. So yeah, that is upcoming. Did you see the SAG nominations are out? How do you feel about the nominees?
I feel nice. I mean, I'm happy like talented people were nominated.
Seems like a lot of Barbie, a lot of Oppenheimer, a lot of Succession on the TV side of things. Anyone in particular that you're rooting for?
They're all great. The thing is, like, performance by a female actor in a leading role, like this year, the leading actress category is so stacked.
Right.
And it's kind of just like, there are like 9 contenders where I'm like, I wish they all could be in.
I know.
And so like, I
know
don't know what's going to happen Oscar night. So that race is like so up in the air.
Yeah.
I do think Lily Gladstone is going to take it. I do think she's going to take
the SAGs
the
or at the Oscars.
I do think she's going to take it at the SAGs, and I also think she might take it at the Oscars.
Okay.
Because I think that Golden Globes. Well, first of all, she's excellent, but
Right.
also that Golden Globe speech she gave at the Golden Globes was so fucking good.
Wow.
It was so good. So. I don't know. Like, I think now we can solidify that Joy Randolph is, or Joyce Randolph. Oh my God, Davine Joyce Randolph or Joy Randolph. Why am I having a brain fart? Joy Randolph. Because she gives us joy. I think she is now solidified as the front runner for Best Supporting Actress.
Which I haven't seen the holdovers yet, and I actually plan to see a lot of the probably Oscar movies, because it seems like a lot of them are things I would like to see. I would love if they threw Danielle Brooks something.
I mean, Danielle Brooks is fucking excellent.
Unbelievable in The Color Purple. And so, of course, I haven't seen Davine's performance yet. I'm sure I will.
She's so great.
I'm sure I will love it just as much. But Danielle, just like the breadth of what she has to do over the course of that film. If we're talking arc, she's the Monica Garcia of that film.
Okay. Sophia in The Color Purple is the Monica Garcia. Yeah, and then...
Go on.
Well, for the ensemble nominations.
Yes.
I believe it was Killers of the Flower Moon. I believe it was. I think go up. Go up. It's. I believe it was Killers of the Flower Moon. It was Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, The Color Purple, Barbie, American Fiction.
Oh wow, American Fiction.
SAG really loved American Fiction, and I haven't seen American Fiction yet,
so
I'm excited to see that. Sterling K. Brown was very much a surprise nomination in supporting actor.
Congrats
a lot of people were predicting Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things to be in over him, but so we love a surprise. I think the voters will give it to Oppenheimer just because it's the big movie. Guys, Oppenheimer's winning it. Like, Oppenheimer's just going to win.
What? Okay, at the Oscars, or the SAGs, whatever. Whichever awards. What is Barbie going to win outside of song?
It's going to win song. It's going to win art direction. I think it could win costumes. Maybe hair and makeup.
Okay.
I don't know. And I think it is the front runner for adapted screenplay.
Okay.
I really think it could take adapted screenplay.
And who is the supporting actor that is knocking Ryan Gosling out of the conversation for you?
Out for me?
Yeah, for you.
No one's knocking him out of the conversation.
For who wins?
For who wins? Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'd be happy if Ryan Gosling won for Barbie. Oh, but I think Robert Downey Jr. is the front runner.
Got it. Okay.
Yes. Okay, that's what you meant.
Yes.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is like officially the front runner for Oppenheimer for supporting actor.
Great.
Yeah. So
love that.
But I mean,
him.
Ryan Gosling could throw in a sneak in there, or like honestly, Charles Melton could surprise everyone. And it was shocking that Charles Melton did not get a SAG nomination.
Yeah.
Because that's like the kind of the. Him and Lily Gladstone are kind of like the breakout performances of the year.
Did he win a Golden Globe?
No, he was nominated.
He was nominated. I feel like I saw him on stage winning something somewhere.
Maybe.
Okay.
He was so fantastic in May, December, but the SAG nominating committee did not go for May, December.
Apparently, Paul Thomas Anderson has assembled an all-star cast for his next movie. Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, and most importantly, Regina Hall. The only reason I'm talking about this is because she should be in every fucking movie.
Regina Hall and Paul Thomas Anderson is a combination that I never knew I needed, and now I will not be able to think of anything else until it happens.
I am just so excited for her to have her like prestige film moment. Like, I need every prestige director. I want her in a Greta Gerwig film. I want her all over everything in the world because she is so fucking funny, so fucking talented, so fucking beautiful.
So fucking fantastic.
Real justice for Regina Hall.
I mean, Paul Thomas Anderson, he is going to give her shit to do.
Absolutely.
Like, because his scripts, you're always just like, what is everyone doing? Like, he is going to give her so much to do. Another request, Paul, that I want to ask of you. Whatever role you have you've worked with Harriet Harris many times, and she is always like the fucking best parts of your movies. Like, Harriet Harris in Licorice Pizza is so unbelievably good. So Paul Thomas Anderson, I am begging you, give Harriet Harris a huge role as well in this movie. Whatever this movie is about, throw her in it. get her a supporting actress nomination, whatever you got to do, because Harriet Harrison, Paul Thomas Anderson movies is like the biggest joy on the planet.
Would you be mad at me if I said I'd never heard the name Harriet Harris before?
Well, she's a Tony Award winner, 2002 featured actress in a musical for Thoroughly Modern Millie.
Great.
And if you've seen Licorice Pizza, you haven't. No. If you've seen Phantom Thread, you haven't. Like, you would know who this woman is.
Okay.
Just like YouTube Harriet Harris Licorice Pizza, and it's literally just like a 7-minute, I don't know how long it is, but like it's just a close-up shot of her being a talent manager with a cigarette in her hand, being incredible, and it doesn't cut away from her. Like, she is so excellent.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Harriet Harris. We love you.
Harriet Harris and Regina Hall together on screen.
Right. We're manifesting that lady I don't know, and Regina Hall. Yes. Britney Spears' memoir, The Woman in Me, has surpassed over 2 million copies sold. We love that for her. I am so excited that she is finding success in new areas now that she has told us all a million times she won't be doing music again. Did you watch the trailer for the Back to Black
I did.
Amy Winehouse biopic? What did you think?
I thought it was nice.
I'm nervous.
Why?
I didn't like how she sounded. I didn't think the vocals were right. Like, Amy has such a special voice, and I realize not being able to use her vocals, which apparently they weren't, it's going to be tough. I feel like the vocal performance was just so very flat in a way that Amy's is not. I didn't like it. Well, and I'm not a stickler for this. I feel like in a lot of ways, and maybe if the voice was more in line with what I was expecting, I would be more fine with it. I feel like also because of Amy Winehouse's style, it feels like a girl in an Amy Winehouse costume that looks nothing like, and like just doesn't read like Amy Winehouse to me at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get Amy from the film.
I got Amy from the film. I will wait to see what happens. I'm all about, like, I don't care how good of an impression it is as long as the interpretation is incredible. Like, did Renee Zellweger sound like Judy Garland? No. But was her performance so fucking fantastic? Absolutely. And the interpretation of like someone creating that type of character like was so excellent. Like, it was undeniable. And so I'm waiting to see what happens. I believe.
I just feel like when you saw the Judy trailer, though, were you getting those feelings already that like this is going to be something great?
Oh yeah, I loved everything about Judy, and Judy was paid dust by like people. They were just like, oh, it's just Renee that's good in it, and everything else sucks. And I'm just like, I really liked it. Like, I really liked the script. I really liked the story. I thought it was really well done.
Well, I didn't get that from the Amy trailer. And it's also like harder, I guess, probably for audiences when the person is more recently passed. Oh, sure. If someone's been more recently in the zeitgeist, because it's like, we know what Amy should be.
Well, and to be fair, you are more knowledgeable of Amy Winehouse than I am. You know, I just know Back to Black and I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
Her incredible version of I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
So
yes,
you're more familiar.
I'm familiar, and I'm open to it being great. But that trailer, I was like, this is a no. This it was giving Lifetime a little bit, I must say.
Lifetime's great.
Lifetime's great, but like, don't tell me it's a cinematic moment.
Sure.
When this is, a Glee cover episode.
Okay.
All right. Apparently, sorry, I feel like people have gotten on me being like, oh, why do you always talk about the drama between gays and girls, whatever, because it's interesting. So apparently, Queer Eye drama. Because obviously Bobby is leaving the show. It was announced. He announced it. The team announced it. There apparently they've pinpointed a source of contention within the five.
Okay.
And it is Bobby versus Tan.
I'm sorry, which one's Bobby? The blonde?
Bobby's that one who does all of the
blonde, the furniture.
Yeah. Furniture. Sure.
Does everything.
Yes.
That's what I know about Bobby. He does everything.
On November 13th, Bobby announced that he would leave Queer Eye. Every cast member commented in support for him, except Tan. Bobby then unfollowed Tan, and Tan unfollowed Bobby. Us Weekly published an article alleging that Bobby was asked to leave because he didn't vibe with the cast. Bobby cited and says it was amicable. Bobby has hinted he's getting his own show. Bobby published a poster for season 8 of Queer Eye on his Instagram and tagged everyone except Tan. He also liked a comment that read, if Bobby is not cool with Tan, then I'm not cool with Tan.
Oh, Bobby, come on.
Quickly after, Bobby backtracked by posting a photo that says, me after someone borrows my phone to search something. And the recent search history is Bobby Burke read it, saying that like, oh, some friend did this on his behalf. It's just drama. I know there's drama. I love Bobby. I love Tan. What's the issue? Will we ever know, or is this going to be like Glee shit where it's like we all know there was drama all over that cast, but no one is brave enough to write a motherfucking memoir? I feel like, of course, Glee.
How many pages would this memoir be?
Of the Glee thing or of the
the Glee
Queer
thing?
Eye?
That's a Bible. But like this drama, I feel like would just be more like a news article.
I'm sure Bobby or Tan could one day write a memoir of their entire life, and there could be a chapter.
Okay,
it could be a chapter. Yes. That's all I'm asking.
It was just a chapter.
Like when Naya Rivera wrote her memoir and had the chapter about when she was dating Big Sean and how she came home one time and Ariana Grande was sitting on her couch, and then eventually Big Sean broke up with her and was with Ariana. Whatever. So I just need a chapter. I'm not asking for a full feud series, Ryan Murphy, of this, but I want to know what's going on.
Okay.
Why is there a fissure in the group?
I would want to know, like, I always want to know, like, what two random celebrities hate each other and we have no clue, or like what two celebrities have had sex and we have no clue. Like
I feel like the list of both of those is long.
Yeah, but I want to know like the most random pairings. You know,
I mean,
like
that's the thing is, someone was saying that I'm more interested in what happened between Deborah Messing and Megan Mullally. Hey, why not both? I want that information.
Sure.
And yes, I would love to be surprised with information. I feel like that happens probably later on in life. Like I feel like as we get older and people move to the next part of their journey on the plane or another plane, we're gonna get more dirt about people after they've died. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I feel like there's more to
it. Something to look forward to after sadness.
Exactly. Something to look forward to in retirement is reading about who from our golden age secretly hated each other.
Guys, we as human beings, we never really die. Our feuds live
they do
beyond us.
They really do.
Much like the audio from this little machine that you are recording now.
Exactly. Did you see that Mia Goth is being sued for allegedly kicking a stunt double in the head?
I saw that. What?
I don't know. It's weird. The plaintiff, James Hunter, was hired to play a dead parishioner in Maxine for 3 days of filming. Goth's character was allegedly supposed to run over him, sometimes step over him, look down, and keep running. However, he says she nearly stepped on him once, prompting him to complain. On the next take, he claims she deliberately kicked him in the head while wearing boots. Later, he claims that in a private, she belittled him and taunted him to try to do something about it. He claims that he was wrongfully fired before the remaining 2 days of the shoot. If this is true...
Oh, that's nuts.
Monster. If this is true, she must be blacklisted. I never want to see her again.
I mean, sure. Yeah, you can't act like that.
No!
Ever.
Ever.
Whoever you are, wherever you are.
And babe, Mia Goth is not Angelina Jolie. Like, you're not a fucking household name, girl.
Listen, the only one who can kick a stunt person is Angelina Jolie.
I didn't say that, but I'm just saying you're not at the level where you could even convince yourself that you could do this and not get in trouble for it. Unless you're completely delusional, which maybe she is. Apparently, this is all alleged. We'll see if it's true.
I mean, her performances are out there, so it's not out of the realm of possibility.
I would love
that she's a little unhinged.
I would love if this was proven to be false, because how gross.
She plays unhinged people very well. Like, when I say very well, I mean like incredibly well.
If this comes out to be true, she will have played unhinged people very well. She will go the way of Jonathan Majors and his different Corettas. And we'll never hear about them on the silver screen again, because this is just complete bullshit. You don't do things like this to people who work for you, are lower on the call sheet than you. Like, just don't be an asshole. Is that not the year's theme? Don't be a fucking asshole.
Don't be an asshole.
It feels like an easy ask.
It's 2024, guys.
Yeah, don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other news for idiots you want to share with the people?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Well, guys, we're going to take a quick break and then be back with more 2 Gay Mats, the podcast. Slay.
I don't think we got Email My Hearts this week.
Oh, great. Does anyone have an Email My Heart they want to email us to talk to us now about? If not, we'll just talk about traders. Why?
Let me double
check. I hate that this will make me see Pearl in a different light now. Is Pearl and Mia film?
Yeah, she was in Pearl. She's excellent in Pearl. Like out of control.
Isn't she in that that movie about cults? What's that movie called? Like where people like die? It's scary.
It's a lot of movie about cults.
Hold on. And she's like, it's like Flower Crown kind of cults.
Oh, Midsommar.
Yes.
Oh, no. That's Florence Pugh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
That was 2019.
Perfect.
All right, guys. We don't have any Email My Hearts. Anyone have any questions? Questions. We're taking questions. I can see me doing it. I hate that this will make, Megan Thee Stallion and Renee Rapp definitely had eyes for each other. I mean, hot.
Oh, I mean, that would be amazing.
Hot.
Also, I saw a one of those interviews that I don't know if it was BuzzFeed or whatever, where they have the whole cast of Mean Girls together. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Renee Rapp and Ali Cravalho, who plays Janice, had a little moment. They were having kind of like... And she, I believe, is openly... I don't know if she's fluid or bi or something.
She's openly something.
Ali is openly into girls, too.
Okay.
So, I'd love to see it.
I mean, that would be kind of nice.
Right?
That'd be kind of romantic, like but the two enemies in Mean Girls getting together, like that's fun.
That's really fun.
That's some fun drama.
But it's also like not to be that guy. If they were gonna do it, I wish they would have done it as a part of like and announced it during the press for the film. It needs to be a part of the promo.
Promo is the most important part of your relationship.
Yes. If there's anything I've learned in life, you've got to time your relationships around your promo,
capitalize
or you'll
on it.
end up with an E equals MC squared era where Nick Cannon comes in and ruins the whole fucking thing, loses the momentum. Yeah. You're off getting married to him.
I know. They're going to all be off getting married like as the movie's really taken off.
I think once the movie's out, they don't have to do anything, right? I feel like that's
for a little bit. When it's an awards season thing, like Fantasia's flying every which way. She's in England, right? She was in England yesterday. She's probably at the Critics' Choice Awards tonight, which are happening right now. They're probably over now.
Yeah,
I know that Robert Downey Jr. and Davine won.
I also hope not that like I'm the biggest Oscar watcher. I hope there are some surprises this award season because it's like if Davine's winning everything, I don't know. I want to see
surprises are always
surprise. Fun. You know?
Yeah. I mean, everyone wants a surprise.
Right.
I don't think we're gonna get the categories up in the air this year are leading actor and leading actress. Like those are the two pretty up in the air categories. I for a while was just like I think Bradley Cooper has it. But like after Cillian Murphy's Golden Globe win, I was kind of like, oh, but some people are also like, oh, but Paul Giamatti, like Bradley and Cillian could like split the dramatic vote and Paul Giamatti could win for the holdovers because he's kind of seen as pretty overdue.
Yeah.
And he's excellent in the holdovers, you know.
Right.
Email my heart. What is your dream casting of future Legally Blonde, the movie musical?
Wait, I don't know.
I want to say I thought about this before.
Did you?
And I completely forgot who I had, and I was really excited.
I have someone that comes to mind immediately.
I know. There are no more blondes.
I know. Blondes are out.
I know. It's just Renee and no one else. Guys.
Yeah. How old is it? I guess college age? Oh.
We don't know anyone that age.
We don't know anybody college age.
We don't know anyone college age.
My dream is that it fucking happens. And also, I mean, maybe I'll talk more about this, but remember how this fucking Mean Girls movie was going to go to Paramount Plus?
Yeah.
And now it's made $34 fucking million. What does that say?
This gives me hope for my Carousel movie.
All right.
In the future.
I'm excited for your future film of Carousel.
Because Carousel's so similar to Mean Girls. Anyway.
They're both musicals.
But you know what? I can dream big. All right.
Yes. You got to dream big. It's what we do. It's what we do.
Yeah. All right. Any other email? Oh, God. Now I got to think about a Legally Blonde kid.
I don't know if I can do that.
You know what? We'll just talk about how we want it to happen.
We do. We really do. I'm college age. All right, Tyler Stars.
We want you in there.
The thing is, like, I don't know. I want the plans to be in motion.
Sure.
Right?
It's hard to get the plans in motion.
I get it. But, like, Mean Girls happened. Laura Bell Bundy set the bar really high for me. She absolutely did. Ugh. That is someone perfect for the role.
I know. She never left that stage.
When an actor meets the moment.
Yeah. When it's someone who can really like nail the comedy of it.
Yes.
Maybe for a future one.
We don't know people younger than college.
I do.
Like a blonde woman who would be good?
Oh, blonde woman, no. No one's blonde anymore.
No.
Blondes are passe, baby.
Don't you have questions from the past unanswered?
No.
I think I
don't think we do.
Or anything that we like have chosen to answer. Maybe there's some that we're like, we're not going to answer.
I mean, I'm sure like maybe one got forgotten about like years ago.
Right, but how are we going to find that?
I don't know, guys.
How are we going to find that?
I know. That is gone. That is in the history books.
Yes.
Did y'all ever get to watch Yes and music video?
We're going to watch it after this, and we're going to not Dove. Do people not like Dove Cameron so much?
I think they're asking not Dove.
Oh, would she be good?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know anything about her.
I'll say her.
Great.
But I'll say it on the podcast.
Tell us your dream homes. Ooh.
Oh, that's
sleek.
Fun.
Yes.
That's so random.
Hi, Brittany.
Hello, Brittany.
Hey, Brittany.
Brittany, are you ready?
Uh-huh.
are you? Like style, location, etc. I think Grease would be the only one to get momentum behind it, but she seems to be pushing Legally Blonde 3 from what I've heard.
Hey, why not both, girl?
We can do both, girl.
Give the gays what they want.
Yeah. Random question. Ariana album, maybe 20 plus songs. Do you like long albums? If they're great.
Butch Queen says, no, I meant no to Dove.
No, I know to Dove.
That's not. Favorite candle scent.
Oh,
Ooh. It's hard to think of something, and I have a candle next to me. That's funny. Dove Cameron Sand is really good. Is that a song? Traders? Question mark. I mean, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
I don't know much about her either, but I feel like I should about Dove Cameron. She's great. She was great in Hairspray.
Yeah, I feel like one day she'll be like Sabrina Carpenter. I felt like I was hearing about Sabrina Carpenter vaguely for 5 years, and then I listened to her album. I was like, oh, this is great. Yeah, because it bubbled up to my ear.
Something About Tonight gives the same vibe as Quinn Fabray's birth scene on Glee.
About tonight's live?
Yeah, what's
not giving birth.
What's happening, Brittany? Or not Brittany, Declan?
Lady Gaga's Chromatica was like 19 songs, I think so. I mean...
Was it? Well, some of those are like orchestral interludes.
Was it 19 songs?
I don't know. It can't be 19 songs. Maybe it was, and we just... I don't know. He who shall not be named, but I'll name him anyway. Morgan Wallen is bad. Okay.
I agree. Is his album long?
Oh, is it long? I don't know. I've never heard his song.
Tell us your scents. I don't know if I have a scent.
I've got scent opinions.
I mean, I have...
I have opinions on a lot of things.
Right, but...
Except for Joe Coy's monologue.
Well, you do have an opinion. Your opinion is Stan. Iconic.
Brilliant.
Pulitzer. 2GM as the lead in Waitress. Confirmed. I mean, who would we be in Waitress? We could be the...
I know who I'd be. I'd be the Christopher Fitzgerald character.
Oh, is he the... Yeah. Never Would Have Let Me Leave, Problems on My Line?
I guess that's the song.
Right.
I don't know the names of the songs except for She Used to Be Mine and When He Sees Me.
I'd be the OBGYN. He was so good at that fucking movie. The guy who, I think he originated the role of being the, like, her doctor.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he was amazing. Like, I'm telling you, if you love a musical comedy actor, you should watch that fucking film. He is performing. And the thing is, for me, and no shade, we love everyone, he didn't even sound that good. But the acting, the comedy, the like, you could just see it in his eyes.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you so much.
That is a musical theater stand right there.
The thing is,
I'm proud of him for that one.
Thank you so much. Of course, if who's that cute black boy who keeps dropping out of Broadway shows? Jordan Fisher. If he was up there sounding like an angel, I would have liked him more. But I could see what our guy was doing, and he was performing his fucking face off.
The character
was coming through.
Is the important part of a musical.
He comes out like he sounds better on the cast recording. I was wondering why he sounded better on the cast recording.
Because it's a cast recording.
Yeah, but like there were other people up there singing their face off.
Well, I mean, I'm sure like audio was like, tuned a bit for this professional, polished, filmed version.
Right. Yeah, no, it's just, it was more the tone than the notes. It was like, he was just a little bit more nasal.
Oh, yes. Give me some weird tone. Yes, that's musical theater, bitch. That is musical comedy.
Open that throat.
Open the throat, but open the mask as well.
Yeah, but not, don't go through the mask.
No, he doesn't need a microphone. It just cuts. Just cuts to the back of the crowd.
I don't know. Cut through my ear.
I noticed when watching the Globes live that after he bombed his opening monologue, we saw him less and less. It was It was mostly awards presenters. Well, no, hosts usually do that.
Yeah.
Like you see them a lot for like the first 30 minutes and then they really disappear. So I don't think they would have. They probably scrapped some jokes, but like they would need him to make a transition to another thing, I don't think they would have changed that. Joe Coy singing She Used to Be Mine.
I don't want to hear it.
Oh my God, Joe Coy and Waitress.
Why? No,
Why
we
not?
don't. Because we don't need
Everyone in Waitress. Fantasia, Kelly, Joe Coy.
These are not. Joe Coy is not. The other two I can get behind. Joe Coy, pass. Also, hopefully, the success of Waitress will make more Broadway shows released in theaters too. I would love that. That has always been my feeling, and it was successful. It got extended.
Yeah, he only had like 10 days to prepare. That's on Joe. No, well, I guess you should go into the job knowing kind of like an idea of where you want to go. Like, what was he announced like a month ago? Knowing a lot of jokes that you might want to bring into the writing process, but like, it's not on Joe that like there were only like 10 official like writing days where he was working with people. Like that's on producers. how many days like he gets.
Is that what I think he said he got the job 10 days ago.
Did he get it?
That's what he said. I don't know if it's true, but that's what he said on TV.
That's a lot. I feel like he was announced like a month ago.
Right.
Maybe I'm wrong. He could be right. I mean, he probably knows more than me about like the details of this. Capri Blue Volcano candles are the best scented candles. Okay.
All right.
What dream dog would be a better option?
No, would dream dog be a better question?
Would dream dog be a better question?
Because on the opposite side of the candle, I have a dog.
I don't know if I have a dream dog.
I mean, we love all dogs.
I like dogs.
Yeah.
Whatever
I want
dog
them to be
finds
well.
me.
I want a dog only if I were to have a child.
Oh, that is my philosophy, 100%.
Yes, because it's
you stole that from me.
But it's right.
It is right.
It's right. I mean, we'll talk about
I'm not raising a dog by my damn self.
And I'm not raising a dog with a partner because I want to have the freedom to like move and roam about my life and not be like, oh, what dog hotel or like who needs to come over and watch the dog. But yeah, it just seems like a lot of work.
Yeah,
being a dog parent.
Yeah, because they can't tell you what they want. They can't words,
and they just need a lot of you.
They need a lot of you. They want a lot of you. They are so fucking social. Those dogs, social
dogs,
animals,
social animals.
Disgusting. I love dogs. I'm just kidding. I love dogs.
Dogs.
Grew up with a dog my entire life. Justice for E.T.
Who's your dog?
Yeah.
I mean, Justice. Well, he did fine.
He did great. He lived until he was 16.
Exactly. That's a long
ripe
time.
Old age of 16, and he had a great time.
What kind of dog was E.T.?
We don't know. He was. We think he was. He had the coloring of a collie. But we think there was like a little bit of like maybe German Shepherd in him because he was very much, he had some sort of hunting dog in him because he would fucking catch anything.
I love that.
And he was like the kindest, most gentle dog or whatever. But like if there was a rabbit in that backyard.
Didn't you have a rabbit?
I did. But the rabbit in the backyard that was my pet was like in a cage or whatever.
Great. So that rabbit was okay.
Yeah, that rabbit was fine.
Great.
Both of them. But like if there was an animal roaming, E.T. would get it. And then he would just like get it and then just like drop it. And I was like, no, E.T.
No, E.T.
The dog's name was E.T. Well, the dog's name was Edelweiss was his first name and Templeton was his middle name. And so we just called him E.T.
I'll be alone and need big, scary dog privilege. Okay, that makes sense. Because you want a big, scary dog if you're living alone. That makes sense. I repeat, final independently owned performances on YouTube. Watch after this live. I mean, I saw every performance of Independently Owned is excellent. So Alex is going to get every view I have.
I mean, damn, yeah. Yeah, that show closed today. Shucked closed today.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully that means it's going to go on tour and I can see it when it comes to LA.
Yeah, I'm sure that's why they closed it because they were like, this will probably do better on tour. So what is Capri Blue?
I don't know. I think it's a type of candle.
Is it the candle? Okay.
It's a candle.
All right. I don't think about candles at all.
I don't really either.
I don't think about them at all. But you have them. You buy them.
I do. I mean, I like them in theory. But I'm not a candle aficionado. I feel like there are people who like really love, especially like big expensive candles, and I'm like, oh, I can't do that. I can't spend money.
Candles
on
to me are like Joe Coy's monologue. It's just like I'm not thinking about it. Like it happened, and I was like, okay, yeah.
All right,
do we go again?
Let's do it.
All
Part
right.
2. Oh no, just use them.
Oh, why was I using?
I don't know.
All right, guys, we are back, and Matt Palmer has a message for every single one of you. You better listen.
Guys, thank you so much for listening or watching the podcast. It means so much to us, and we want to make sure this podcast reaches as many listeners or viewers as possible, and that would help so much if you went to your Apple Podcast or your Spotify and left a 5-star rating and or review. We, again, only accept 5-star ratings and reviews, so if it's less than that, you gotta what? Keep it to yourself. It helps so much just in the algorithm, getting this podcast up on the Apple Podcast charts, up on the Spotify podcast charts. We would love you so much. And if you'd like us even more and want extra bonus content from us, make sure to go to patreon.com/2gaymats. Right after this, we'll be watching the music video for Yes And by Ariana Grande and putting our reaction to that straight up there. You get access to the Discord where you can talk to a bunch of new friends around the world that you just haven't met yet. And then for certain tiers, you actually can request that we review or react to something of your choosing. It's just a beautiful thing to do. It helps us so much. So go to patreon.com/2gaymats if you really love us.
There was not a stumble in that monologue.
Thank you so much.
That was utterly fantastic. You've been rehearsing.
I appreciate. I'm always in the mirror. I'm not. But I appreciate that you could think that I was for a second.
You're a professional. Guys, this is Email My Heart. This is the section of the podcast where we answer any questions that you guys might have. You can be a part of Email My Heart if you email us at twogaymats@gmail.com. 2 is spelled TWO. And this week, we got a bunch of questions just from the live chat.
Yes.
I don't remember who asked what.
I can try to scroll up for you.
We just got a bunch of fun little questions. The one that was the most daunting, I would say, was who would you cast in a Legally Blonde, the musical movie? That was Michael Smith.
Yes.
He asked that. Who would you cast? What's your dream casting for a future Legally Blonde, the movie musical? And it's like, girl, I don't know. We just want it to happen.
That's
we
the
just
thing.
need it to happen. And someone threw out that they didn't want Dove Cameron. And I'm like, oh, actually, I would love her. Like, she would actually be really excellent.
Yes.
I think Jennifer Coolidge could reprise her role.
Of course she could.
As Paulette.
I mean, I don't know. Does Jennifer Coolidge sing?
Who gives a fuck?
I want to. That's a great song that she gets to sing in the show.
Yeah.
I would like a real, no shade, a real singer to do it.
But like, she would sell it so in the movie version, and I think she could absolutely pull it off.
Or maybe they'd pull a Selena and Linda Ronstadt. They get someone to dub over her voice. That'd be fine.
I guess. I mean, that just have Orfeh, or just give Orfeh the movie. Like, she can still do it.
But the long and short of it is, guys, lest we forget that Mean Girls the Musical was initially going to debut on Paramount Plus. This was a film that was made for, and when it was announced, was going to be streaming only, and then they decided to put it in theaters after all of those Deadline articles saying that people don't want to see movie musicals. It made $34 million this weekend. Hopefully, with the success of this, the success of The Color Purple, the success of Wonka, the studios are getting the message that people want to see musicals. And Reese, you love nothing more than money and putting out shit that you own and are a part of and have a piece of the pie. And
I'm sure she loves her kids as well.
Sure, whatever. But also, we need this. Like, I realize you're working on Legally Blonde 3 and that you and Mindy Kaling are getting a script together. That, I'm sure, will take some time. The source material for the musical is already there. We want to see it. As much as I like the Mean Girls musical, the Legally Blonde musical is another level of musical comedy that, like, shaped our lives, at least a certain theater interested people's lives that are our age, watch that fucking live on MTV. We watched the reality show.
I was there in person in that audience when it was recorded for MTV in the balcony screaming.
Make this movie, make it great, put it in theaters. It will make money and it will be such a joy. And I do want you to keep it very true to the original arrangements.
Do not change the script. It is ready.
Or the arrangements of the songs.
Or the arrangements. We were talking about that.
We don't need a Hamilton mixtape of the Legally Blonde musical. Just do what you do so well already and put it on a screen.
Well, because the thing with like Mean Girls, like I could see like why like, oh, maybe let's change some of the orchestrations to go along more with like the high schoolers. Now they're not even Gen Z now, are
I
they?
think they're Gen Z.
Oh, are they still Gen Z?
I think high school, yes.
For you. And like I imagine like you would want that to be like, oh no, this is a different generation, like a little cooler, like vibey or whatever. Legally Blonde, the perkiness is the point. And so it's like, nope, have the orchestrations be the damn same. Thank you. So who do we want to cast in the Legally Blonde movie musical? The same people who did it on Broadway.
I didn't say that.
Same orchestrator, everything.
Same orchestrator. Same actors. Probably not. They probably look a little long in the tooth for the film. But whoever can fucking do the job and just don't change anything.
Whoever can nail that comedy.
Whoever can nail the comedy and nail the vocal. We need both. We need both.
That last note and so much better. It's hard.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, especially when you never leave the stage for a second.
Yes.
Fuck yes. Justice for Laura Bell Bundy, an incredible performer.
We got a couple of other questions like dream home, dream dog, and favorite candle scent. Do you have an opinion on any of these topics?
We talked about how like we don't really have a dream dog. I feel like with the dog, you got to go into it just being like whichever. If I'm shopping for a dog, please don't shop. Actually, if I'm looking for a dog,
yes, rescuing.
If I'm rescuing a dog, whichever one speaks to me in the moment. Mm-hmm. I actually like. I will need because I'm very much like I cannot have a pet until like I have like a husband and like some kids or whatever because I will send my husband out to get the dog because I will never be able to go into like a rescue shelter or anything like that. Look at all the dogs and be like, I want that one.
No, you
won't. Because I would want all of them.
Right.
Like I would not be able to handle that. So it's like, nope, just send my man on his merry way and a dog will speak to him and he will come back with the perfect dog for the family. The great thing about dogs though is like, no matter what dog it is, it's kind of like once they live with you for a little bit, they kind of just naturally become the perfect dog for you. Like they kind of morph into your family. Mm-hmm. So Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
I agree. I am not super into a breed, but I, like you, am not interested in owning a dog until if I ever were to have children with someone. Because to me, dogs are such a big commitment. Mm-hmm. Like, it's very much like, I like being able to say, okay, I'm going to go to Costa Rica with Jackson for 10 days. Oh, I'm going to go back to Atlanta for however long. I'm going to go to Chicago, visit his family, because I don't want to feel like I am tied down. And I would feel so worried about leaving a dog anywhere at a pet hotel or whatever, or having people come over and like watch the dog. It just feels like a lot of anxiety that I couldn't take at this very moment.
And you know who can watch that dog? Yes. Your 15-year-old kid.
I don't. The thing is, I have been a child with a dog in the house. They're not doing shit. They're not going to do, like, I feel like when you get a dog as a parent, you have to just be like, I know at the end of the day, this is my responsibility. It would be lovely to instill the children with, like, you know, responsibility, knowing that you need to walk the dog and like feed it and all of that. But maybe they'll have soccer in the morning, lacrosse at night, whatever. And you just know at the end of the day, it will be your responsibility. There's going to be someone in charge of the dog, and that someone's going to be an adult.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and you're going to scream at the kid all day. Feed the dog, walk the dog, everything. You're going to be screaming, but at the end of the day, you'll probably feed the dog more than anyone else in the house.
You know, I'm not a screamer.
You are a screamer.
I'm not one that will be screaming at a child.
I'm an Italian from Jersey. I'll be screaming when I'm happy.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, that's the dog situation.
Yes.
Candles.
I like a fruit flavor. I like a grapefruit candle.
Bitch, that's the best thing you've ever said on this podcast. I have never agreed with anything harder.
Look at us agreeing.
I thought you weren't a fruit person.
No, I like a fruit. I do like kind of like a woods and like muskier scent as well. But like, you know, that candle right to your right is from Anthropology. It is a grapefruit
Y'all
scent.
know what this candle is. It makes a very specific sound. The smell of this candle is so
lovely.
It's like has a slight citrus.
Yes.
Like just like the fruitiness. I'm all about a fruit scent.
Yes.
I'm anti a warm scent like a vanilla. Like
you hate vanilla so much in every capacity.
I hate anything that's scented that smells sweet. Like that grosses me out for some reason. You know what I also hate? Like when someone's like baking like a pie in the oven and you walk in and you're just like hit with like butter in the air. Like I hate it.
I'm sorry. Who the fuck hates when there's a pie in the oven? When someone's making something that smells amazing in the oven? Because it's not even like, I understand a little bit of like the sweetness of a candle. Like that's fake. Like something is happening that is fake and there's not a real something good underneath it. A beautiful pie in the oven. Who dislikes that smell? It tastes
great, but like this, you know, I don't like vaguely sweet things. And so like when you smell a pie cooking, it's like you don't get all the sweetness because you're not eating it, but you just get like the hint of sweetness.
But it's like, real. It's coming from a real source.
Sure, yes. I would rather the smell of a pie than like the smell of like a pie candle.
Sure.
But like I'm not a huge sweet scented person. But like a fruity scent, I do like all about. I think that's it. Because I'm a person who also like doesn't need scents. Like I'm very happy with this smells neutral.
Right.
Like I've never needed like an air freshener in the car or something. Like
I don't need that. I'm fine with a neutral smell. I'm more about I need a light something playing on the Sonos speakers. I love that when I'm just the best thing about my house currently, and we'll get to houses next apparently, is walking to the house and you go from one room and the song's still playing in the next room and still playing in the next room, and it's like, you're right, Whitney is singing live in all of these different rooms in my house and they're all perfectly
Her
in
ghost
sync.
is among us.
I love that feeling.
Yeah, I'm also a person who like really never needs background music. But we've talked about this before.
We have.
Yeah.
As far as ideal homes, I would like a home in LA that's not incredibly expensive, because you look on Zillow and it's just
good luck, bitch.
I know. Did you see the averages now of an LA home is $1 million?
Don't want to say
it's just horrifying. But I want something that is, even if the outside is, I like a kind of Spanish style, kind of small, like that kind of house. I think is very nice. I do like a modern. I like an accoutrement. I like things that feel sleek. My partner is not as into that look, that vibe. He's more into cozier, knick-knack kind of things. So we meet in the middle, and I think a Spanish style house would be an ideal for both of us.
Yeah.
I do like a good bit of tech as we're in the living room. We want the Sonos going. We want a nice sound bar. We want a nice, frame TV, which I will be getting this year. But as far as the home itself, I don't want a swimming pool. It's like, that seems like a lot of work.
Oh God, never.
A lot of fucking
years.
upkeep.
Yeah.
And like, maybe if I am rich one day, but like it just seems like a money pit. Like you're going to need to get that fixed, or like the hot tub's going to go out, and like it just seems like a lot of work. I would like, a little bit more of an outdoor area. A backyard seems to be lovely. If there's going to be a place in my home where we can sit on a dining table outside, that would be great.
And the dog needs to run around.
If there's a dog, it would need to run around. I also have grown accustomed to having a lot of light. We have a lot of light in this current apartment, and having that kind of access to the outside world, even just visually, is nice for me. But I don't think I need anything too particular. Just something that doesn't feel super old. Like my goal is to ideally have a house that you can like turn the key and you're in it, and you don't have to like, oh, we need to like redo this one bathroom, or like we have to knock down this wall and break.
You like an open?
I like a more open floor plan,
okay.
But I'm not married to that. I'm more married to the fact that, like, don't give me a bathroom that was from the 70s and is now disgusting that I have to completely redo.
Okay,
I don't want to do that.
But I also don't like this was redone in such a modern way that it looks like cheap.
There are pros and cons. Like, sure. I don't need a gray floor. I feel like a warmer floor is nicer. I did have a moment of liking them.
You were loving those gray floors, and I was like, girl, those are going to be out in a day.
You were right. Yep. But I think there's a way to make things look modern but not exactly sterile. Like, yes, sure. And that would be the goal.
Yes, my goal for a house is kind of like my goal for a dog. Is I would love to have a man who already has one. It's very much just
perfect.
Like whatever house I wind up in, that's my house.
Really?
Oh, I would love it if I didn't have to worry about buying a house. Like,
but what if the man you meet who has his house, and you go into the house and you're like, this sucks. What I want.
I want a guy. I want a guy with a house more, and so I will be able to make do with what I have. But like my dreams, I love if I have like a house. I love like a Tudor home, like in terms of like outdoors. Like, okay. I love like the brown, like maybe like a mix of like brick and like levels and stuff like that. Yeah. Not gross McMansion-y, but like a nice Tudor home with a little brick. But like my dream is to have like a brownstone in Manhattan.
I mean, that'd be amazing.
I like that. I would just love that. I love because my family's from Trenton, New Jersey, and my grandparents lived very close to, like, I grew up just like 3 minutes outside of Trenton. Yeah. My grandparents lived even closer, just outside of Trenton, like closer to Trenton. And the houses, like, all there are like duplexes and everything. And so like a house like connected to other like houses, like to me that are like old, that have that old northeastern like urban vibe, like feels like my grandparents' house. So like there is something that I love about that makes me feel like homey. Also like a Cape Cod, like I grew up in a Cape Cod, so that just like feels like home to me. Like a lot of the houses in New Jersey are like Cape Cods. Yeah. But at the end of the day, if a guy has a house, that is my house.
Great.
And I'm happy.
You're going to make it work.
And I'm going to make it work.
No, I'm particular. I like things a certain way. And as far as the outside of the house, I could be open to a lot of different things. I think Spanish style or a more modern style that he'll never go for. But like, I love a square house. I love a house that's basically a box.
Oh, you would love my friend Alexis's house. It's like all like glass walls and everything. And you know what he can do? He can open up all the walls in his house.
I fucking
and he's
love
like,
it.
yeah, like I used to open like the walls of the house and like birds would fly through and everything.
Iconic. But I mean, that would make me worried that are birds gonna fly into them? And I don't want birds in my house.
I think I've asked him. I think he said a bird's never flown into the walls. So I
love that.
Yeah, just a house would be nice. In terms of like
nice.
LA neighborhoods, if I were to get a house in LA, I do love Brentwood.
I mean, Brentwood's so nice, but like, come the fuck on. How expensive is Brentwood?
Well, my guy's going to be rich. He's going to have a lovely house in Brentwood.
Okay, that's very rich.
You know what I would love that will never happen in LA?
Yes.
A basement.
I don't even think about it.
I know. LA houses don't have basements, but like I grew up in a house with a basement.
Of course, I did too.
Like, where do you put all your stuff?
The basement. I guess it's like the garage here. It's like no one uses their garage for their cars at this point.
And I never grew up with a garage. Oh, and you know what I don't want? What I actively don't want?
Yes.
A house where you look at the front of it and all you see is garage.
Oh, right. You are very weird about that.
I want that garage to be, I want it like my wires in my apartment, hidden.
But what if the garage is not like all you see? Because the house I grew up in, the garage, you could see it, but it's like the house is to the left.
Sure. Like, if it's like the garage is like here, but the house is here.
Yeah.
Then fine. I'm like, I'm totally cool with that. That's perfectly lovely. But like when a house, like when even like the front door feels like it's hidden from the garage, like I'm kind of just like, when you look at the front of the house and all you see is garage, I'm like, No, I want to see the house, you know?
I hear you. I don't think I am a stickler for that as much as you are. But yeah, deep down, if I was alone and, Jackson didn't have his opinions, I would love to live in an Apple store. You know this. I want to live in a sleek, glass-filled, light-filled, every side glass, just like a cool, open, cold,
but the sun gets in.
Yes.
The sun is shining on you, and you're still just like burr.
Burr. I'm feeling chilly. So wait, Matt Steele.
Yes.
You don't have a 2 gay minutes, do you?
I do not have a 2 gay minutes.
What's been giving you moments, darling?
So the thing that's been giving me moments, I said that I saw a movie this week, and that is a lie. I just watched a movie from the comfort of my own home.
Okay.
And that movie was the movie Nyad, which is starring Jodie Foster and Annette Bening, and it follows Diane Nyad, who famously in 2015, 14, I forget, early 2010s, swam from Cuba to Florida. She's the only person who has ever accomplished this. And for like decades, they were like, it is absolutely impossible. No one will be able to do this. She swam for 54 hours. 105 miles or some shit. It was after many attempts, like when she tried doing it when she was younger, and she failed, and everyone was like, "Oh, that means it can't be done." And in like 2010, she like got the bug to just be like, "I want to say like that, like nothing is impossible." And she's like 60 years. She turned 60 when she decided to do this. I think she accomplished it when she was like 64, 65.
That's amazing.
And so it follows like that like several year journey of her like attempting to do it again, failing, attempting to do it again, failing. And like, then finally she does it. And like, even though you know what the ending is, like so goddamn inspirational. Like I and the thing with like, there are several sports movies where, someone accomplishes something that's so amazing. But the thing I loved about this movie was how like real she felt. Like she truly felt just like, because she is a real person, but like so many sports movies, like they have like all these training montages and then and they obviously they're all humans and everything, but like there's sort of like they try to portray them as these like superhuman people, but it really portrays her as just this like cool lesbian just chilling on her couch with her best friend and coach Jodie Foster, like watching the news, playing Scrabble, and she's like, I think I'm gonna do this thing. And you feel like you relate to her so much, and it really makes you feel like I can do this,
right?
Which like I obviously
cannot.
And also the thing that's so thrilling about this is like, yes, like in sports movies, like people win the game and it's exciting, or they beat this record or blah blah blah, but like this is something that literally everyone was just like, this is absolutely impossible. Like human person will ever be able to achieve this. And the fact that she did it, it's so cathartic and so moving. Annette Bening is so excellent. She's excellent in everything. I love Annette Bening.
You do?
She's great at playing a lesbian. And like all that, like I always love her as a lesbian. Like Kids Are All Right. That is my performance.
We love that movie. We love The Kids Are All Right.
And she is so excellent in this movie. Jodie Foster is so fantastic. Like as her, and it's so wonderful to see a movie about like a lesbian friendship that's like not a romance.
Totally.
Like, cause you see them interact and you're just like, those are buds. Like those are two lesbian buds who I know who are in their 60s. Like they feel so authentic and real. Like truly like, and you think about it and you're just like, oh yeah, it's probably like cheesy, inspirational, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, this is genuinely like, I was sobbing by the end, like on my couch in the dark. It's really, really wonderful. The performances are excellent. So everyone check it out. It's on Netflix. I really, really loved it. I thought it was great. Yeah.
I had on Netflix. Excited to add it to my needing to watch. I also want to watch, there's a new movie from, oh my God, what's his face? From fucking Schitt's Creek, the son, Dan Levy. He has a movie called Good Grief, which he was describing on Watch What Happens Live, and he was saying that it was about he loses his partner, and it's basically about how he and his friends become a family and help him pick up the pieces as he's moving on with life. And it seems like I've read nice things about it. Our friend Austin, who just had a birthday, happy birthday, Austin, said that he really loved it, and I can't wait to watch that movie. But I feel like this is that part of the year where it feels like there are so many movies piling up that I really am interested in seeing.
Yeah, you can't fall behind with Oscar time.
But unfortunately, I'm already plugged in to the motherfucking Traitors season 2, and I feel like it's only been a couple of weeks since the Traitors season 1 was my giving me moments, but I just have to say, whoever did the casting on Traitors season 2 deserves every raise in the book. I have never seen a better cast reality show, and I'm only an episode and a half in, and I just am so blown away by the mix of reality competitors they've gotten here. Like, we've gotten a handful of Housewives, we have people from MTV's The Challenge, obviously Big Brother folks, Survivor people, and these aren't like no-name individuals in any of these pillars of reality. Like, these are like top billing folks,
the best of the best.
You're talking Janelle and Dan Giesling. It is such an exciting show, and it's one of those things that as a Housewives fan, you go into every show that, like, again, since Phaedra has been fired from Housewives of Atlanta, for, again, reminder to everyone, she was fired from this show because she accused Kandi Burruss, writer of No Scrubs, of attempted R-word against another cast member. So what Phaedra did cannot be discounted, cannot be undermined. It was really fucking bad. That being said, she is some of the best TV I've ever watched. And the fact that she is giving so much on Traitors, like, you can drop her into any scenario and she fucking swims. Like, she was so good on the Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip season 2 with Dorinda and Gilzaire and all of them. And she honestly could be a little better on Married to Medicine, which was like a months-long filming process, and like, you're supposed to have a season of television. She could have been a little better. But on Traitors, she's just every fucking confessional, every time she's in scene with people and like kind of not saying anything, she's like, child. It's just, she's doing so little but giving so much.
I mean, Phaedra just like has that face of someone who just like, she puts a fork in her mouth to eat something and it's funny.
It's like, funny
because it's just so animated. Yes. And but so casual and natural the way she does it. And she always looks like she has her eyes closed. Like, it always looks like she's just like living through life with her eyes closed, just like enjoying the music or something.
Absolutely.
Like she's just visually a funny person.
And that's honestly what is missing from Housewives of Atlanta these days, because without Nene and Phaedra, you're missing a lot of that comedy. And Portia, like, these are comedy queens for Housewives. But again, this isn't about Housewives. There's going to be a couple of spoilers if you have not started this season 2 of Traitors. But the Traitors this season began as Dan and Phaedra, which, like, of course, if you're going to have Dan on a fucking show, you have to make him a traitor. He would only play, I'm sure, if he was a traitor. He would not be interested.
He swore up and down he was never doing a reality show again. And I guarantee you, Traitors was just like, we will give you this much money. And he was just like, I'll only do it if you make me a traitor.
Right. And they're like, fine. Yeah. But to me, it's also like, I guess a lot of the cast may not know Big Brother, but why hasn't Janelle been like, guys, Dan's a fucking traitor?
See, my thing, that's what was kind of disappointing with me in finding out that Dan was a traitor.
Yeah.
Is that it's kind of just like, okay, yes, obviously, like, Dan Giesling, Big Brother, if you don't know him, he's like considered like one of the top 2 to ever play, like, so a brilliant, not just strategist, but showman.
Right.
When he like does like the social strategy of like the Big Brother and everything.
Yes.
And so that's why he's such good tea. But it's just like the second he was cast, I was just like, you can't not make Dan a traitor, because that is that's his bread and butter.
That's what he does.
That's what he's here for. So like, if I was in that cast, I would just be like, oh, we have to go after Dan.
Right.
But also the thing is, like, as a viewer, I was kind of just like, I think it would have been really refreshing to see Dan not be a traitor.
Right.
Just because, like, I've never seen Dan not running the season of the show he was on. I want to see him scrambling a little bit.
Right.
Like, I want to see him, like, not so, like, secure.
I mean, in the episode I watched, he got some feedback from the full cast.
He did.
Where it's like, I don't think, I mean, we'll see. I don't think
they were like, he's too quiet.
He's too quiet. I don't think he's going to be as under the radar. Like, the exact plan he walked in to the house with isn't working. He's going to have to reconfigure a little bit. I don't think it's going to be a repeat of season 1 where Sari kind of ran away with it. Like, I think there are too many people that are really trying to play and win this game, know the rules now. I don't think he's going to have an easy road. Truly.
I don't foresee him. I see them getting him at some point. Like, I truly don't. And I mean, I binged season 1 of The Traitors this whole week. That was a part of what I did this week. And it's an enjoyable show. I had notes.
Oh my God, of course.
For the show.
Yes.
But overall, I was just like, I'm enjoying this. I imagine it will be like improved for season 2.
Yeah.
And then when I looked at the cast list, I was just like,
you have to watch.
Damn, like I have to. Even if I hated the show, like the people from like Big Brother and Survivor that they're bringing back, it's just like I just want to see them on my TV. Like I don't understand like why I get such joy out of like seeing the Big Brother players who I love so much like on some other show, you know. As well, because it's also like I don't watch The Challenge. Like if they're on The Challenge, I'm like, ooh, I don't care about that. I think because The Challenge is all like competition. It's
all physical.
And so I'm just like and the most boring part of all these shows to me is like the challenges.
Right.
But so it's like next season I'm just like, even if I do not like season 2 of The Traitors, like if they have season 3 and they have like another Big Brother person who's like a heavy hitter, like I'm going to be down. I'm going to have to watch it.
Well,
like,
I mean, I think that's great because there is a social aspect to this game, even if you have your issues with the game itself. There is a social aspect. Some of those round tables, especially near the end of last season, were riveting.
And I will say, like, this, I watched the first 2 episodes of season 2 of The Traitors, and I was just like, they are editing in more of the conversation elements.
Right.
Which is more entertaining to watch for me.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and apparently it was announced that Dr. Will, no spoiler, whatever, spoiler, that Dr. Will is going on the show. I do not imagine he is a contestant. I imagine he's just like a guest or something.
Right.
And what we Big Brother people have wanted to see, like, forever is Dr. Will, who's like the other best player that's ever played, the guy who like invented the strategy of the game, and Dan Giesling on a screen together at the same time. Apparently, Traitors season 1, I said I had notes. I had no notes for Kate. Kate in Traitors season 1, I was just like, this is the show right here. A legend. And apparently she's like making an appearance. I don't know if she's playing as well, but yeah, I enjoyed the first 2 episodes of season 2. I still had like a couple like of the same issues that I had with season 1, but not as much.
That's
so
good.
I'm enjoying it.
And I will say, again, spoiler alert, I was impressed that they got Johnny Bananas out first.
Oh, sure.
Because like he is a big fucking player. Like sure, getting Rez out initially was like kind of a big move, but not like this. Like he is the face of the challenge, and and they do need, like Phaedra had a good point of like, we need physical competitors so that they can win this fucking money for us to steal at the end.
Yeah.
But I was impressed with the move because I was also very nervous they were gonna get rid of Kevin from Bling Empire, who like, is he brilliant? No. But he's gorgeous and harmless, and it's also like the other options were Peppermint, trans woman of color, first Drag Race contestant on the show, and Kevin, who's like, have there been other Asian people on the show? It's just like, can we get rid of a white person? There are so many white people. So I'm glad it was him. But I am just interested. I'm invested. This is the amount of competition reality I can take. Like, you know how much Big Brother I find overwhelming, and like this is exactly what I need it to be.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens next.
Yeah, I do wish though that like there was a less like a obvious person as a traitor this season though. Like, well, because the first season it was like the best Survivor players ever to never win, like a like very successful Big Brother player, and like someone who was like funny as a traitor. This season it's also like one of the best Big Brother players ever, like one of the best Survivor players ever, and like someone to be funny. You know, it's the same thing. Like if I was one of those contestants, I would just be like Dan, Parvati, and then I would be like Phaedra would be funny. So they would so producers would probably.
I mean, we'll keep watching. I think Phaedra is actually going to play an excellent game. Like I don't,
and that would be great TV.
I don't think she's a Christian. I think that she. No, I'm sorry.
I thought you Christian.
No, Christian is the name of the funny traitor from season 1.
I thought you were saying, I don't think she's a Christian.
I don't think she's a Christian. No, I don't think she is like that character from last season. I think, again, of all of the housewives that truly I can think of top of mind, and I mean, this is kind of an indictment of her character. She is the most duplicitous. Okay. She is a lawyer. Like before she came to be a housewife, she was a lawyer. She's very smart, and her whole thing and what did her in on Housewives is that she was playing it like a competition reality show. Like she was trying to use other housewives to take down the women she didn't like. Like she's going to be playing the game as if she has won some of these competition reality shows, in my opinion. We'll see if that's what happens.
Well, and the thing is, like, if you were a contestant, you would be like, guys, it could very well be. But the thing is, like, they had a scene in the first episode where it's like Janelle was talking to, I think, Kevin.
Yes.
And Janelle Kevin was just like, who's this competition person? And Janelle was like, oh, that's this person. And like he didn't know the competition reality stars. And Janelle was like, what are you talking about? They're a legend. Like that's Johnny Bananas. This is Dan Giesling and everything.
And he's like, what's the challenge?
Yeah, he's like, what's the challenge? And then Janelle was just like, who's this person? And he was just like, oh, she's a housewife. How do you not know her? So like it's interesting watching like the competition reality people interact with the like non-competition reality people interacting with the UK former Speaker of Commons.
Why is he there? And the thing is, they keep having him do these physical fucking challenges. I'm like,
I know when he ate dirt, when he fell in that one challenge, I was like, no, but he got right back up.
He did get back up. And I also think it's funny that like Tamra, who is, as you can see, out of her mind. Like the fact that she's decided, like, I'm coming after this fucking man. It's like, if you don't leave that old man from Up alone, like Tamra,
she's
like,
man from Up, no.
She's just like, I can feel it in my gut. Like she's the kind of housewife you generally get on the show. Is like, I'm just going off of my gut and my feeling, and I cannot keep a secret, and I'm gonna yell and say everything. Phaedra's not like that. Phaedra's a snake. So she could do well in a way that Tamra, Kate Chastain, those types of, Bravo celebrities could not. So I'm excited. I'm watching. I'm plugged in. It's great. I can't wait to see where we go next.
Let's go.
All right.
We're going to the moon, guys.
We really are. Justice for traitors. Is there anything else you want to tell the people?
I don't think so.
Guys, thank you so much for listening and or watching. We'll be back next week with more 2 Gay Mats, the podcast. Bye.
I feel like that was like our longest podcast.
I know,
that
it was
long.
wild. It was wild.
Hope it was okay, guys.
It was great.
I don't think she's Christian.
More like the terrible traitor from season 1. Christian was bad.
He was fun though.
No,
he was needed.
I hated him.
I mean, honestly, like none of the non-celebrity people, out of all the non-celebrity people, Christian was the most needed.
I liked that nice one who just kept crying. What was her name? She was the blonde girl who got told that like you're on the chopping block tonight. Like the traitors are gonna pick between you and like a couple of other people, and she burst into tears.
Oh, Angelica.
Yes,
she was fun.
I liked her.
She had personality.
Nice.
Yeah.
The thing is, I feel like Shelby probably had a personality, but they just didn't show her at all.
They didn't show it. I mean, that was one of my notes.
Yeah, that's one of my notes.
And kind of like just like I guess I'm so used to Big Brother, where it's like I'm literally following these people every single day, all day,
right?
And so like I know their personalities so well, whereas like an edited show like this, it's like I don't have as much of a grasp on their personalities, and when there's 20 of them, and when every other line is just like I'm gonna stab them in the back, it's like get to like something that's you that isn't like you weren't line fed to say like I want to know your personality.
Are y'all watching that new reality show, The Trust? No, I'm not. That was long. Usually you guys finish before I get off work, clocking out now. Oh yay. Have you seen the UK season? I have not. I've only been watching Traitors US. I wish they wouldn't just put them all fucking out. I don't want to wait every week to watch one. Put them out now.
You'll be fine.
I want to binge them all tonight. What about me? What about me and what
it's
I
not
want?
about you. Okay, they want people to stay on Peacock for at least a month.
I'm on Peacock all the time.
Yeah, a lot of the normal people on season 1 got outshone by the reality TV. I want to say like I heard there was like a pact from the reality TV people being like we're banding together.
Really?
I think so.
I mean, I could tell that there were pacts between the shows, like the Survivor people, like the one girl Stephanie. I think like it's definitely not Sari, and it's like girl.
I know Stephanie, please.
She looked dumb. That
but
season.
Also like. If I was on that show, I would just be like, Sari's the obvious choice. Like, of course she's going to be. Like, the audience wants to see Sari, the greatest Survivor player to never win a traitor.
Yes.
And of course she's so lovable and unassuming.
Right.
Like, of course producers are going to pick her.
And again, I'm only an episode and a half. I think Phaedra's game is going to be weirdly more similar to Sari's.
Sure.
Because I feel like Sari got by because everyone found her to be maternal. No one's going to find Phaedra to be maternal.
Sure.
But she's so fucking funny that they're going to think she's like harmless and like fluff. And then and my favorite thing is when Dan asks, are you going to feel bad? And she's just like, no. Like, this is what I'm saying. She is a snake. She is a snake. I can't wait.
Guys, did you see the season 3 White Lotus cast? No Dolly De Leon. I know. I'm boycotting.
Did you want that?
I think a survey asked, are you the person who brings up Dolly De Leon every chat? For me.
I think that's nice.
Yeah, justice for Dolly. Justice for Dolly.
I have to know, is that candle you showed Capri Blue? We think it is, and it's normally the candle brand Anthropology sells. No, it's a grapefruit something. We can look at I think it's at the bottom, maybe.
This has been burned to smithereens.
It has.
You are keeping it around.
I mean, you can still kind of smell it.
Oh, I smell it.
It's a grapefruit something. It's not. I don't think it's. Capri
I
Blue.
love the smell of citrus. My favorite scent on the planet is walking into Jamba Juice. There's nothing better.
So walking to Jamba Juice, good. Coming home to a home-baked pie, bad.
Because like fruit to me is like, it has that sweet tartness, but it's also like a fresh smell. Whereas like a baked something, it's just like, I feel like the air is a little heavier, you know?
Would you say it's heavy, heavy? You got so heavy, baby.
Yeah.
She's perfect if they're going with the Asian hotel setting. I think they still are, right? In White Lotus season 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Put Dolly De Leon in everything. She's so fucking great.
She is great.
Give her work.
Hey, she was great in what's that boat movie?
Triangle of Sadness.
Yes.
Oh, fucking robbed. A woman robbed. I'll be mad about it forever. It's fine.
Did she win a precursor award or anything?
She might have won a Critics Award.
Okay.
Not like a Golden Globe or SAG or one of those, but still, do you also not like... Oh, no, I love chocolate.
He loves chocolate. He doesn't like vanilla. Also, I think Lauren L. said, I know the Matts don't like vanilla. I love vanilla, and they will not be grouped in with this opinion.
But also with chocolate, the darker the better. I'm all about a dark chocolate.
I like a milk.
Yeah, I know.
A dark's not bad, but there's a little bit of milk.
I need a dark. Okay. I'll take a milk in a pinch, but I won't eat as much of it because it's a little heavy for me. But like dark chocolate, it's light.
I feel like it's opposite for me. I feel like dark chocolate feels heavier to me. Yeah.
It's like dark chocolate is richer, but it's like crisper. There's a crispness to it, whereas the milk chocolate, it's rounder and warmer, and so I can't eat as much of it because like warmer flavors are a little heavier for me.
Interesting.
On the palate.
Everyone's palate and stomach very different.
It's very different.
What about the scent of lemon bars baking?
Still a little greasy, just because of the the crust of the lemon bar. The air feels a little, any sweet baking confection, I will enjoy it. They're also like baked things aren't my favorite things like in general, but
wild.
Sorry, y'all. I'd rather if I had to choose between a piece of cake or a piece of like fruit, I would pick the fruit any day.
I pick cake over ice cream.
You would pick cake over anything.
Oh
yeah.
Cakes are great.
I tried to make macarons a few weeks ago and they didn't turn out exactly how I wanted, but they weren't bad. I do like a macaron.
That seems really hard to bake.
Oh, impossible.
Right?
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. They're impossible. They're hard. It's like swimming from Cuba to Florida. It's like very hard.
Oh, sorry. I remember Steele saying that and I thought you agreed. I just ordered a smoke vanilla candle that I'm very excited about. Oh, I have something like that. And it's great.
Palmer, please tell Janie I'm commiserating with her on Jeremy Strong being snubbed.
Snubbed by the SAG. By the SAG. I will tell her. that we have a Jeremy Strong stan in the chat and that you two are on the same wavelength.
And it was last season, so it was his last. Oh, the Emmys are tomorrow.
They are. Steele hates pleasant things, confirmed.
Fruit is great.
I don't dislike fruit.
Fruit's my favorite thing. If like someone was like, you can only eat one like group of food for the rest of your life, I would pick fruit hands down without a doubt.
I don't know. I'd pick wine.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's fruit.
I don't know if that's true.
It's fruity.
You know, I haven't had wine for 14 days.
Or are you doing a dry?
I'm doing a dry.
That's nice. How you feel?
Fine.
Travis, my roommate, he hasn't had a drink in 10 months.
Oh, really? He just decided he's over it for now?
Yeah. I haven't had a drink in...
I'm excited for this. Like, how long is that?
Many, many years. Not too many, but like my entire life.
Yes.
That many. Like, this is my life, and
it's the same amount.
Yeah, it's the same amount of that.
I will say if we're picking an apple, I pick Granny Smith. So I'm with you.
Granny Smith apples are my favorite food on the planet.
Granny Smith are unbelievable, but
Granny Smith apples, pretzels, soup.
Not pretzels.
Three things that I will always have in my house.
No cheesecake. None of those are a cheesecake. None of those are a shortbread cookie. Oh. None of those are like I think of other things that I like really fucking love. Like, you know what I like and was eating just by themselves the other day?
What?
Fucking graham cracker.
Oh, fuck you.
Fuck you. Graham crackers are amazing.
You know what else I fucking hate? A fucking bundt cake.
Who hates a bundt cake?
Disgusting.
You're disgusting.
A dry
like a pound cake? Do you feel this way?
A pound cake.
Wow. My mom makes a pound cake, and so I will tell her that you hate her fucking cooking.
I will eat your mom's pound cake, and I will be like, this is the best pound cake I've ever had, but every other pound cake is bad. Angel food cake, I'm just like, the thing I appreciate about angel food cake is it's light, but like just like a plain...
Would you put cheesecake above these cakes?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, all right. That's cool. I'm glad we can at least get on the same page with cheesecakes.
Sure, yeah.
That's important.
I would put a cannoli over a cheesecake, though.
I don't know if I've ever had a cannoli. Or maybe I've had like one. I don't know. Oh, was that?
You've never had a cannoli?
I don't know that I have. Is that the one with like, it's like a little
the ricotta cheese in the center of the cookie, and you got the
yeah, and I don't
the chocolate chips on the ends.
I don't know if I've had that.
Oh my God!
I don't know if I've had that.
You are not from Jersey.
I'm not. I'm sorry.
Cannolis are literally like every event you go to has cannolis.
Cannolis have not really come. I mean, I do think maybe I had them once in like New York at some point. Like I feel like there might be a cannoli place there. I had it.
Oh my God!
But I'd say less than 2 times have I had a cannoli.
Wow.
But yeah, I bet they seem.
Ooh, you know what's great? A cannoli cake. Oh,
what's a cannoli cake?
It's like essentially like, it's a cake, but like instead of like icing like in the center, like between layers, it's like the cannoli, the like ricotta cheese, like the filling. So it's like cannoli is very similar to like a. It's not as like heavy. It's obviously not as heavy as like a cheesecake flavor, but it's like.
Sorry, do we see what Jay said?
Oh, sorry, Jay. You're not invited to my house
Going to
anyway.
Palmer's house for a snack. Steel is flopping. I repeat, Steel hates pleasant things.
What do you mean? I'm talking about how great cannolis are. Like, I'm talking about great things.
They're probably mad at you about the graham crackers.
Fuck graham crackers. Like, what the
Or pound cake.
I will never forget when, like, people, like, at the after-school program, and they'd be like, we're having snack time, and they put a graham cracker in front of me, and I'd be like, what is this?
Graham crackers are...
Absolutely not.
You must not like the fucking biscotti cookies either.
Oh, the devil.
Really?
The devil. Biscotti cookies. The devil
I-
incarnate, though, itself. Animal crackers. The worst.
I love an animal cracker.
Oh my God. Disgusting. Just a plain animal cracker with that disgusting, like, light, like, sugary, like, brushed over it. Ugh.
Beautiful.
Like the little honey. Ugh.
I'm more about a biscotti than I am an animal cracker. Just like the texture of biscotti is better. But like if I'm on a plane, I have options. I've been given a bunch of options, and the cookie is a fucking biscotti. I'm like, biscotti, babe. Biscotti, babe.
Oh God.
I just brought a bunch of like basically biscottis over to my friend Natalia's house, and I was like, I ate a trillion of them. I was like, God, these are great.
And I know, like, as an Italian, I'm not allowed to say it, but like I really hate biscottis.
Wow.
Really hate. Like,
I'm gonna tell the Italian people that Matt Steele has turned.
sorry. I'm looking at it. I literally stood up for cannolis for a while here. Like, please.
I'm happy to try a cannoli.
Oh,
Open to
it's
cannoli.
the best.
The thing is, I felt like, from my memory of it, it was more of like, oh yeah, this is fine, but it wasn't like, oh my head
No,
explodes.
if you love cheesecake, you should love cannolis.
I do love a cheesecake
because it's like it's a similar like tartness to it. You know.
Okay. I'm open to trying it again,
okay.
but it didn't.
Ooh, with the mixed with the dark
my
chocolate
socks
of
off.
the chocolate chips. We should go.
We are gonna go. We love you guys, and we're gonna be arguing about food forever, apparently.
Yeah,
But
this is the most contentious topic.
It really
in
is.
the Discord every day.
whenever food comes up, and not every day, we've been good about it lately.
Yeah,
but
whenever someone starts, everyone's like, "Stop talking!" Everyone, stop talking.
What is happening in my ears right now? Also, yeah, because Steele will jump in and just be like, "But was it cooked? If you microwaved it, was it cooked? Was it toasted? Was it cooked?" And it's like, delete. I was like, and I always have to jump in, like, don't respond. Let him talk. Don't respond. We cannot engage in this again.
I'm just saying, toasting.
Grapefruit is great.
Toasting is a form of cooking.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Well, also, I do have a question. If you cook something in a that I thought about, if you cook something in a air fryer, do you consider that cooking?
If it's in an more so than a microwave.
Because guess what an air fryer is? Essentially just a toaster oven.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back soon with more 2K Mads.